it going? Hello, Galaxy. Okay. Hey, Arthur. Also, nah, not that fast. My usual typing speed. Hello, Broken Dreamsy. Generally speaking, every time I've done the speed, how fast can you type, I get around 90 words per minute. So yeah, just casual art today. I'm gonna try and get an Arya's Archive update done, but I am, but I don't have all day because we're gonna go out to eat tonight, and I need to get back into the swing of things now that I'm back from convention, because whoo boy, my body is just not cooperating. Let's see. Anyone got a request? I'll try doing a request or two just to shake off the blah. Yeah, there's gonna be like a 20-second delay. That's just the nature of streaming on YouTube. If I wanted a zero delay, I would probably go to Mixer, but I don't know how much Mixer is with art. Plus, Mixer has a smaller audience. Plus, I want to get monetization working on my YouTube channel anyway, so. What about Streamcraft? Oh, I actually hadn't heard of the service of Streamcraft. Twitch probably wouldn't be a terrible alternative, but like, I don't know, I just kind of prefer YouTube. So, I mean, like, there's always the possibility that I could stream at both at once, but ugh. Yeah, no, my mind is definitely not into the art today. Gotta just break off the couple days rust. Gotta get back into the flow of things. I mean, it depends on day to day. I'm currently most well known for my My Little Pony and Equestria Girls stuff. I used to draw Motherly Scootaloo on a regular basis. Right now, I'm updating Arya's archives, but I've started an original project called Fate of the Lost Princess, and I'm trying to keep that regularly updated and drawn. And then, of course, I've also got the project Heated Passions, which is a Patreon exclusive as well. But, you know, you need to be an adult for that one. I could draw Tina. I also need to work on commissions. So, and most commissions are MLP based, but not all of them. Hey, Lightning Blitz. Hey, Bridged. Sorry, Lightning Blast. Also, yes, I read Arthur, and I'm super sad about it. I mean, you might as well be Lightning. Equestria Girls was really the only thing that was keeping me going in this fandom in the first place, so it's just like... Without EQG, I'm probably just not going to care about ponies much in the future. And I'll probably still, like, make EQG content... Wow, what the hell am I doing? I'll probably still make EQG content in the future, but, definitely my interest in ponies at this point was pretty much attached to Equestria Girls. So without Equestria Girls, I'm probably not going to care too much about Gen 5. I mean, I'll probably still give Gen 5 a chance, but... Hey, Farron. I mean, maybe. Equestria Girls came pretty late into MLP's lifetime. Like, I know it's been 6 years, but still. Yeah. There was always the hope that Equestria Girls would continue on past G4, but I know it was always going to be a pipe dream as well. Let's draw a horse. Just... It's been a while, so... Especially since I'm just trying to... Definitely want to get all this rust out of my system first before I start working on commissions as well, because God knows I hate giving commissioners subpar art. Bah. Draw the almighty Sam worlds. Sam worlds. All that glitters is gold. Okay. Starting to get back there. Shoot stars break the mold. Thank you for lurking, Two-Tailed Derpy. It's the baby Sharky. Yep. Dolly NATO. Starting to feel a little normal. Let's see if I can answer an AA ask. Let's see here. Okay, I have a selection of asks here. Uh... I can start with this one. Isekai Quartet version Sans OC Worlds. What? No, I get that. I know what an isekai is. I was confused about the quartet version Sans OC Worlds. Isekai Quartet version Sans OC Worlds. That is not a sentence that I understand. Like, I understand the words individually, but not together. So it's an anime about 4 different isekai protagonists come together? Okay. Oh, Isekai Quartet itself is the name of an anime? Okay. I got you. Yeah, her hair hasn't grown out yet.
Dolly and a head torn. I don't. Someone just told me he drew Dolly. It's just a bunch of Dolly in a tornado. What the fuck did I?
Well, you're experiencing the Dolly NATO.
I guess. Look, I have shit to do today. Hopefully, I can get in on here later. But I was just very confused, so I just wanted some clarification.
I'm trying to get the rust off so I can get my art back in line, and so and out of all of the tiny doodles, I drew a Dolly, and then they were like, and then someone in the chat was like, "Baby Sharknado," and I was like, "Oh, Dolly NATO."
Well, shit. Okay, I guess there are weirder things.
It makes enough sense. Look, mommy, I'm in a movie.
God, that'd be Sonata's worst fucking nightmare.
It's like that. It's like that. It's like that scene from from fucking the Scouts arc or whatever, where like Sunset like is imagining all the honeys around her, but it's Sonata with dollies.
God. God, that's great. I really love Dolly.
Mm-hmm.
We need to draw more of her. So what you up to now? What you up to next?
I'm trying to get my art to a point, a possible point to draw an AA update. Probably not gonna do like as many as I was hoping to do when I got back, but probably at least a couple. Plus we're going out for my mom's birthday later, so I don't have all the time in the world. Just enough to shake the rest off.
You deserve to shake your rust.
Shake, 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 shake and bake.
Shake, shake, shake.
It's okay. The first question I'm answering is a GG one.
I do like the Jeej, as you know very well.
Yes. She doesn't act. She is not. She is sir not appearing in this update, but she's referenced.
Valid.
Because the question specifically is, did they catch or shoot her? And like, yeah, they did. Like he did it publicly in front of everyone. It's kind of like hard to not catch him.
It's like, yeah. They caught everyone involved. It's fine.
I mean, there's still conspiracy theories to this day, but that's the nature of celebrity deaths.
Yeah. Maybe she hired her own shooter to guilt trip her mother.
Gigi, why?
Or maybe she was just fucking shot. Have you guys ever...
Hey, Brad.
I have to record something for Lily in a little bit once the construction outside my house stops. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I know definitely if I record something, it will pick up because Discord has those things where...
Weirdly enough, I'm not hearing it, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like, I have my sound gate turned up, so, like, shit like that won't pick up. But, like, it's very obvious if I, like, try to, like, record something that you'll hear, like, dulled in the background because they're doing a lot of construction on my block. So I'm just waiting for those noises to stop, and then I can record my lines for the next in a minute.
Right.
So I've just got a little time to kill. So right now I'm playing Neopets. It, obviously, guest starring in your stream.
Yay!
we're also in Lily's server dunking on Mr. Enter for his shitty growing around.
I
I'm
don't know
not
who
one to
that is.
criticize the. He's this fucking internet reviewer. He's very yikesy, and
Gotcha.
he's writing this fucking cart. He ripped off a Disney cartoon because he's like, they did it bad. I can do it better, and it's like, but your version sucks though.
Right.
I was reading through his thing. Like there was like a boy girl civil war a long time ago,
What?
and like apparently, yeah, stay with me. And they like and it was apparently under the tie, so now they have Boys and Girls Day where boys dress up and do stereotypical girl things, and girls dress up and do stereotypical boy things. Already kind of iffy because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so I'm assuming in this world that like this do trans kids not exist? Do non-binary kids not exist? What about kids that just don't like to fit into those binaries? Like, also, like, don't you feel like it's a little minstrel showy to just have these kids like dress up as different freaking genders and like just make fun of them essentially? But okay, but he put out this one script where it's like a what if story where Sally, the main girl, generic name, where Sally wakes up and it's in a world where the girls won the girl boy civil war, and it's like fucking, and it's like fucking civil rights discriminatory, like pre civil rights America, where boys can't have jobs in like real places. And they have re-education camps where they teach boys to be perfect housewives, essentially,
Jesus.
and shit like that. It's very creepy, and it's got like this doll, like girly girl aesthetic, and it's just like, ooh, this is very cringy.
Yeah, I can
This
imagine.
is advanced cringe.
Like, things were
Like,
never
oh
even that
boy,
bad in real life. What the fuck are you doing?
yeah, and like apparently, like if you like do like quote unquote boy things, like burp in public, girls can like go to jail for like.
Wow.
Yes, so it's. I was reeling. That thing that took a lot out of me. I won't lie.
I don't blame you.
So now I'm workshopping my own idea for a growing around type world, which he can't get mad at me because he ripped it off from a fucking Disney Shorts compilation.
And
So,
it's not like it's my first time seeing the whole, oh, the dominant gender is swap thing, but other stories have done it way better.
well, the whole premise of growing around is like, because that's not even the whole premise. It was just like world building. But
Right.
like the whole premise is that adults take the role of kids and kids take the role of adults.
What?
Which, yeah, yeah. His
So
his way of
so
doing
the
it falls apart
so
immediately.
so the entire world is Boss Baby?
Pretty much, the entire world is like kids doing all like if we put Honey in charge of state government, basically. And if like Cadence and Big Mac had to go to school for whatever reason, the adults just go to school, and the adults like the kids essentially parent their parents, which opens up a whole host of plot holes. Like,
I'm gonna
what
give birth to
happens when
my
they?
mom.
Yes, thank you. I was literally like, and like old people apparently function as teenagers in this universe. Like they make the
What?
video games and they make the movies, and I'm like, that's not a lateral reverse, you
Yeah.
guys.
That that's playing Jenga with your ages.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, wouldn't in theory, like kids be the adults, adults be functioning more as like teenagers, like they finally start to get to like do things, and then like adult and like elderly people get to like retire and be kids. That seems like a more lateral switch of things. But
Yeah.
no, it's like they essentially act as like they're the cool kids who like they're done with school. Which why did the adults have to go to school? What are they learning? They had careers. A lot of this just gets me fired up. The adults had like kids had careers. There's
Every 3
there's a
p.m. shall be
memorial.
every 3 p.m. shall be cookies and nap time.
Pretty much like here's like a lot of the crux of what I've read from like the first and second season of Going Around is the mayoral election, where it's like Sally's trying to run against Tallulah for mayor. Sally's 7 years old for the record. So she's trying to run against Tallulah for mayor, and that's a lot of the thing. And it's like, oh boy, these sure are functioning like adults. So like, what's? So I'm just wondering what like. a lot of it's really stupid, and like the older brother has a restaurant, and he's going through like a midlife crisis because he's 12, so eventually he's gonna have to like yeah, he's 12, so it's like he's starting to feel like he's growing up, like he's like
Growing
puberty is
down.
like yeah, exactly, like puberty is like just like the worst thing ever because they have to start going to school and shit like that, so it's it's really stupid. I like my proposed fix for some of this stuff would be like, okay, so like the parents and kids dynamic, just throw that in the garbage. Adults just retire because like they've been having jobs since they were kids, so now they just like start to learn, like they start to just want to have fun now. So adults essentially become like kids, quote unquote, because they're just like enjoying the fact that they don't really have to do as much work anymore because like the kids, but they still function in society. Like someone's got to reach those fucking cookie jars, and like,
What
and
kind of movies do these old peoples make anyways? Now in theaters, I fall and I can't get up too. Get up harder.
pretty much apparently like grown like fucking elderly people are just grown ups without the stigma of being grown ups anymore. Which, okay, sure, Jan, but yeah, because that's what old people are like. But so yeah, they like, and if they have to go to school, it's because they obviously are having children. So while the kids are working, they have to learn how to raise the children to be functioning in the society eventually.
Also,
It's like
God,
teach them how to be a kid.
that mentality in itself is kind of creepy. Of just like the society where it's supposed to be the children are the ones having the kids.
Well, the children
Like they're
presumably wouldn't
adult.
have the
No,
children.
they're
But like,
adults, but they're treated as the kids of the society. So you're saying that the
yeah,
kids of the societies are the ones having the children.
I don't think Enter has the capacity to acknowledge childbirth. But like, I'm seriously wondering how it works in this fucking world because it's like children are going, like the adult children are going to fucking school. Like they have essentially child lives. They can't even go to like they can't even go to certain movies without like having to take their kids with them because like it's like PG-13 but reverse. Like
Right.
you have to be 13 and under to go to this movie unless you have a child or guardian.
That's so dumb.
So
Like
it's so
like you
dumb.
used to be able to go to the movie. Why wouldn't you be able to now?
Exactly. It's so stupid. Like I have so many problems with this
You're
for
supposed to
many
gain
obvious reasons.
responsibilities, not lose them. That's so dumb.
Right? I'm just like, excuse
Like,
me?
the reason our elderly lose responsibilities is because they come too old and frail to continue doing all the responsibilities they had before. And we don't give children responsibilities because they don't understand what responsibilities fucking are.
Yeah, and like I really kind of just want to explore more of his growing around world because it's so stupid. But I'm just wondering, like, okay, like, apparently jury duty is party duty in this universe. Like, if they get chosen, kids have to like throw a party for the entire town. And it's like the ideas there aren't bad, but it comes to the point where it's just like there's a lot of shit that you're making me have to think about because it's not tight enough or fun enough for me to not think about it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, if it was fun enough and I didn't have to think about it too much, like it would be fine. It's just, there is.
It's not
Like
like Neverland
children,
where it's like
childbirth.
it's not like Neverland where it's like, yeah, no, the kids are irresponsible and they basically grow up on an island and if they leave then they have to stop being kids, but it's not like life is great for them because they have no parents.
Yeah, like in this world the kids are just like, oh, there's this one episode that I have to like pull up because I'm so like there's apparently like a villain that creates a world that's just like ours where adults do all the work and kids just kid around. And apparently even the adults who are just like even the two, like the mom and dad who are constantly tired of their children's shit are weirded out at this world. It's like, and the villain, I think his name is Shane or whatever, is like, don't you want to be in a world where adults can do whatever they want? And it's like, no, because our kids are miserable having to be kids.
Who the fuck to be miserable being kids?
I don't know. I don't know because the kids have to go to school. Apparently, it was sucking out their creativity. So since the kids couldn't be creative, the world was worse or something.
It's not how it
Deep,
works.
deep sigh emoji. But
It's not
yeah,
how it works.
no, any of this works. I don't want to be that bitch sucking out the fun of things, but like, Enter clearly does
There's a
not.
point.
Like, yeah, there's a point. Like, plus he's just kind of an asshole in general. Like, he said with his own asshole and defended himself that it's worse for people accused of being raped than it actually is to be raped and shit like that. So I'm just like, well, you're trash. And he's also like,
Like,
because I'm asexual and aromantic, that means I have an objective view of gender.
like, I'm all for, ensuring that, not having false accusations be rewarded, but that's not the same thing as saying, oh yeah, it's far worse to not actually be raped. What the fuck?
Yeah,
In no world is it far worse to be accused of it.
yeah.
Like, no matter
yeah,
what your angle is on it.
like you see there, and the worst part of growing around for me is that there are good ideas in here, but like because there's this cute comic that someone did like of the growing around universe where like Sally's trying to cross the street and it's a hopscotch street, so it's like but the cars are waiting for her to cross. It's like the game's hard, come on, like that's cute. Like the kid's just waiting to drive his fucking car,
Right.
and Sally's just like, look, I'm trying, all right, it's hard. And it's just like that's a cute idea. I can see that working, but like his like it seems like all the good artwork comes from like somebody else.
Yeah. That's how it is oftentimes with a lot of bad ideas. Because it's like,
yeah,
very rarely in this world will I ever be like, oh yeah, no, that idea is bad. I've gone to the point where, no, it's always the execution of the idea that is bad. Because there are very few ideas that are just inherently bad. It's always a matter of how how you present the idea and the context in which you do. If you can make it work, then by all means it can be a good idea, but
yeah. There's nothing
so very
about
few
this
people
idea
do
that's
it.
inherently bad.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, there's this comic that I just clicked on where it's like the kids are like trying out games with their parents and essentially making them do things, and it's like sometimes I wonder how you guys put up with us. And it shows the parents actually raising their children who are now in charge of them, and I'm just like, what the fuck? How do you do that? How do you like actually do like
Yeah.
so he says in the description, so one of the questions I get most frequently about the growing around you is, if kids are in charge, how does that work when it comes to babies? Every time I get that question, I think, have you seen the parent-baby relationship in the real world? Like, you only sleep when the baby lets you. The baby only eats what it wants, etc. Like, that's not answering the question!
It really isn't.
Like,
Literally,
that
the only
doesn't answer the question!
the only way you can get away with it is if it's sort of like that Spy Babies movie where it's like the babies are hyper intelligent for like the first year of life and then they go super dumb afterwards for whatever reason, but they have to hide it from their parents.
Mm-hmm.
But like, except in this world, they don't have to hide it because it's just like, yeah, no, I'm a super hyper intelligent baby and I rule the world until I get older.
So yeah, first of all, his art itself, like his art is so bad. I'll have to send it to you. Give me a sec. But like, but second of all, just look at this fucking title card. It's so disturbing to look at. Like, this is what he thinks. Like, I'm just. Are you kidding me? Are you like kidding me with this concept? I'm really like, I'm still stuck on Brave New Girl, which is the episode where it's like you gotta look at the American flag on this fucking thing. Hold on, no, that's too long of a thing, so I'm gonna have to actually put it on my fucking gross. All right, copy, paste. Please work. There we go. Thank God. I didn't want to save this on my computer. First of all, that art is bad, and you
Wow,
should
that
feel
art really
bad.
is bad.
Second of all, look at the American flag.
It's
It's got, cause you get it, cause it's girls, so it's
not how any
pink
of
with
this works.
hearts.
It's not
And
how any
see
of
the
this
boy.
works.
See how unsettling it is to see the boy dressed up as a girl.
Yeah.
That's so unsettling, right?
It's like
Right?
it might be fine if the girl was dressed as you know the way guys are, but she's not. She's still dressed the way girls are dressed.
Yeah, because it's like the girl world, and the boys are forced to dress up like this. They can't
Cause
be like boys.
in the real world, girls are forced to dress up by boys because they're subservient to them.
Yeah, apparently, like if apparently this would be if either boys or girls. It'd be
Later,
chaos. But
Farron.
let's be fucking honest here. Let's be honest. It would not look this way if it was like boys ruling over girls.
Pretty much.
Because there's no way this would work. There's no way this would work. And it's like it's a dystopia where girls rule. Like
Yes,
motherfucker.
because girls ruling is a dystopia.
Yeah, a colorful dystopia with kitty stickers and heart and a pink American flag. Thanks, I hate it. Also, like, this is a stupid question to ask in comparison to everything else. But why is the American flag like that if kids are ruling? I'm wondering, like,
Why
you
isn't
get
it
what I
like a
mean, right?
cat
Like, wouldn't it be
face or
like
something?
like a crayon drawing or some shit? Like, did the flag come first? Like, did adults do the thing and then kids took over after the establishment of America? I realize this is a stupid question to ask, but because I'm not having fun with this concept, it forces me to think about all the ways that it sucks. Yeah, his art is terrible, by the way. Enter, enter.
Yeah.
So yeah, just oh, here's a synopsis. It's school picture day. All the students are dressed up nice and fresh. Unfortunately, this is the growing around world, where the faculty is interested in getting the messiest photo possible. Normally, Autumn decides to just tolerate it, but her plans go awry when she ends up accidentally harboring Sally's favorite stuffed animal to school. Can she save him from being ruined?
Eh.
And you see Autumn in a fancy dress, like just crouching as everyone's trying to get her filthy, and it has to be fucking miserable to be an adult in this world. All the
Yeah.
children just want you to do exactly what they and that's not how being a kid works. I mean, it is, but it also isn't. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, yeah,
Like,
kids want the adults to do what they want to do, but that's usually like, play a game, spend time with them, read them a story,
not
not
force
like
them to get dirty and
uh,
not have fun and shit like that.
yeah, no, it would be like if it's gonna get it's dirty, it's because they want to play in the mud with you and make mud pies and whatnot.
And adults don't really do that to kids.
Yep.
Yeah, they want you to not get dirty, but your parents aren't going to you know what I mean?
Little Timmy,
Like
I
that's
want you to clean your room. You're a dictator.
yeah, that's kind of like here's the thing, like adults do have control over kids, but like it's usually like in the cartoon world where there's no like abuse and shit. It's usually just like get clean because germs happen
Yes. We tell kids to bathe
or like
because they are going to get sick if they continue to keep germs on them. We tell
yeah,
them to
they're
clean.
not bathed because clean is the only way for you to be. Like
Yeah.
again, in a world where you're not being a direction, it's typically like, okay, you can get a little messy, but you have to clean up because germs and shit. Or we
We
just want to make sure you look all right.
we teach kids to clean up their rooms because not only is it safer and healthier for them to do so, it teaches them small responsibilities of what they're going to need for when they grow up. Keeping your area clean is good for everyone. It's good for you. It's good for your health, your mental health. It's good for organization so you can quickly find the things you need, and just there's so many reasons to clean a room.
Mm-hmm. Also, I keep wondering how he gets like good artists to do like fucking title cards for him and shit like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
these are really nice. like this one for Leave It to Sally. Which, by the way, the image of this is just so disturbing to me, but it's well drawn.
Right.
Look at this. Look at this.
Jesus.
Yeah, just gotta do all the laundry and give him pie
Because,
and shit
that's
like
what women do.
like apparently he has an objective view of gender because he's asexual and aromantic. Cause that's how that works.
As a bigender person, I am offended on both fronts.
Yeah, you have every right to be offended on both. Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this fucking title card. It's so good. And I'm just like, enter. I know you're not paying these people. I know you're not paying these people. So how are you getting them to do these good title cards for you?
God.
Right?
Yep. Like, Leave It to Sally kind of looks like it's supposed to be the cover of a creepypasta. And that'd actually be really interesting as one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just it's shit talk enter hours. You got
Hello.
Hey, Depth. We love
Hello,
you.
Deb. Hi. I
Hello.
love you.
Hi. I love you too. I decided to
Yay.
join early. I'm still on my way home.
That's fine.
I can hear it. But yeah, you're valid. Anyway, so I'm just shit talking Mr. Enter.
You're shit talking who?
That's why
Mr. Enter.
that was my response.
Oh. Who?
He's this reviewer dude, and he just like he's making this story called that I have so many problems with. I've been explaining it to Sam, and it's really bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like a smeghead.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
A sexist as shit, Smeghead.
Oh, that kind of smeghead. Okay.
yeah, apparently because he's asexual and aromantic, he has an objective view of gender,
He's trying
and
to
that
fight the
objective
gender
view,
norms
Ah.
by writing a story that is sexist as shit.
yeah, several
Oh, of
stories
course
that
that.
are sexist as shit.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Also dumb as shit because apparently kids are adults and adults are kids.
Which is not a concept that couldn't work. It's just he doesn't make it work.
It's
Also,
like
his
if
character design is so dumb.
the entire world was Boss Baby.
Yeah, it's the boss baby
Oh.
of Legend.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. No. 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 No.
But you
Okay.
see, here's the thing: there's a way that concept could work. It's just like, but the way he does it doesn't because he has the parents essentially being parented by their children. Where I was proposing instead, like kids just always like we didn't need some fucking stupid world building. Like kids just always were in charge. Don't explain it, and don't have the parents act like kids. Have the parents retire from like work and stuff, so they just get to do more fun things, like but things that they consider fun instead of like the hyper whimsy of the kid world, you know.
Yeah.
It
But
sounds like
they're still adults.
it sounds like Kids Next Door. If Kids Next Door was terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, it really does. Look at the cover for Boys and look at this fucking picture from Boys and Girls Day.
I literally can't look yet.
No,
I'm
I was
still
talking to
driving.
Sam.
Yeah, I
was talking
see
to
this.
Sam. I know you're driving.
Like what makes
Okay.
Kids Next Door work is that the whole mentality of kids versus adult is a very prominent feature of your childhood. Like you get that. Like I wanted to fight the tyranny of adults because I just wanted to do whatever I wanted, but you don't understand why they're doing the things they do till you're an adult, and that they also had several moments throughout Kids Next Door where they did have these moments of like, yeah, no, there are some adults I like. I specifically like my parents. My parents are great people, but they're still adults.
Yeah, that's the point. But this clearly doesn't get it because it kind of makes like the parents just resigned to acting like kids. Like they have
Yeah.
to go to school even though they had careers as children. Like like they have to like get themselves messy or like they have to do like quote unquote fun homework for their children. They're essentially like bossed around in their own houses. And like that's to like again, that's not how kids and adults work in the real world. yeah, you're kind of
But
bossed around, but it's what's best for you. What happens with these adults is that they're basically just having this stuff because.
it sounds like
Yeah.
my worst nightmare.
Yeah, you realize if we were in this world, we'd have to go to school again. Which, by the way, college. What the fuck? Like,
So do you start
just
in college and you move down to
I
kindergarten?
or like, do you just or is college just not a thing? Like, is it just generic school? Because clearly these kids
I
have to learn their trades from somewhere. They're babies. They start out as babies. So where did they? Okay, where did they learn their careers?
They come out the pussy painting Picasso.
Yeah, pretty much.
ah,
Like
I
clearly
feel
in his
sick.
mind, the babies act like, but then when they're kids, they suddenly know how to a fucking world. And I have to wonder, where does that come from? Like, why? How do they just know? Did they go to school? Because clearly, it feels like they don't go to school. Like, there's never any mention of them going to school until they're adults. So where did they learn how to do these things? The parents just throw them in the world and say, "Go, you run our worlds now."
I'd like to shoot myself now.
Me
Again, that
too.
movie with the babies that were like spies or whatever, but because they're born, they're hyper intelligent, but they lose it as they get older.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally makes sense. Excuse me.
So yeah, I'm still focusing on growing around because I'm just so bothered by everything about it.
As you should
You
be.
should leave it. You should leave it and ignore it because it's just going
No, but you see, here's
to
the thing. I
deplete your
kind of want
brain
to steal it
cells.
and make it better.
Miranda
Again, you
would get to
think
draw all the
that?
So
babus.
So
pretty much my
Like, it makes
I'm
sense
just
that Miranda would be interested in it because it's like it's a world where all the babus are in charge, and that you can make that like a fun and whimsical world, kind of like if Kids Next Door had one, but without the dumb.
yeah, because a lot
that
of this
does
stuff is
sound like a
really
Miranda world.
yeah, this a lot of this stuff is really stupid. But like, I don't want to treat adults essentially like kids, but way worse. Because again, the adults in this world basically just seem to mostly function as they're always really against everything that the children are doing, but they have no say in the matter. While that is what kids feel like, in reality, a lot of that stuff is for their health and well-being. Again, in a world where that like predicated in a world that doesn't have abusive parents, which this
Yes.
seems to not have. So, like, predicated in that world, everything that an adult does for you is for the best, even if you don't necessarily like it. So, but what is for the best for these adults who have already served their time and had their things? Now they're just basically like at the whims of their stupid fucking kids. So I wouldn't do that in my version of growing around.
Why
I
would
would
you
just be
even have
like,
kids at that point, you know?
yeah, I can see a lot of parents going celibate specifically because they don't want to like. I can see a lot of adults just going
Like I
celibate because like, why would you want to do this?
like I know it's completely besides the
Because
point, but fucking what would be the point of sex in that entire world?
Yeah, honestly, that
oh,
kind of
gross.
weirds me the fuck out. The idea
Yeah.
like
The entire
procreation in
issue
that world.
the entire issue brings up all these things that are specifically for adults because kids are either too young, too naive, or too damageable for them to do these things that are more okay for adults to do. And we specifically don't let the kids do that for a reason. But now the adults are the kids, and the kids are
But
the
they are still
adults.
adults. So
Yeah.
like, do you want the like? And clearly, the adults have the kids, which makes it weird. Like, also teen pregnancy. I know this wouldn't be brought up in a cartoon, but again, it forces me to think about what happens in this world if certain things happen, like that are analogous to like our world. You know?
Yeah. Because you're
The
clear. You're,
implications seem to be that the adults are turned into breeding cattle,
Yeah.
and that kind of weirds me out.
From the moment they have kids, they are essentially slaves to their children.
Gross.
it,
I hate it.
like I get the point is that it's a cartoon and it's not meant to be thought about, but they're thinking about all these other subjects that are also adult specific things that it's like this is why I would probably prefer a Miranda version because Miranda would actually think about things and make it cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Miranda's kind of wholesome like that.
for example, I thought around the babies thing. I basically, like, first of all, like, again, the adult-kid structure would be changed so that it wouldn't be like that, like it is in Growing Around. But second of all, like, the way to address it would just be putting an episode where the kids are at the office and they're having water cooler talk because one of their sets of parents is having a baby. And it's like, where do babies come from? So they just sip their lemonade and, like, talk about their theories of where babies come from. And in the end, they don't fucking know because the parents just came home from the hospital with the baby. It's like, so where do babies come from? It's like, we'll give you the talk when you're ready.
Well, Mother Miranda has a story for you. It all begins with the honeys and the dollies.
God. So yeah, I definitely would make a much different Growing Around. But like I said, the worst thing about Mr. Enter is that the ideas there aren't terrible. It's just that he is the stupidest motherfucker alive, and it's just like he like he has nuggets of good ideas buried in like a garden of bullshit.
Yeah.
So in order to get to those good ideas, you'd have to dig and get your fingernails full of all that bullshit to just dig out the nuggets of
Gross.
good. Yeah, exactly. Dig out the gold nuggets in like the bullshit.
Kids,
So
be sure
like
to ask your parents where babies come from.
yeah. So like I said, there was this cute comic where like hopscotch is the way they cross the street. And it's like I like that. I like a lot of the core here. It's just,
Shake the ground. Don't make me miss that rush. Take me to the crush.
Okay.
Depth is the cutest motherfucker alive. Anyway.
Wait, what the? No, stop that.
He's super cute.
Yeah, adorable.
Shut up. Stop
No. Anyway, I
it.
love you, Jeff.
Scrubs.
I want to pinch his cheeks.
I love you too, but you're still hackers.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, point is, like, there's a lot to work with there, so I kind of want to steal it from him. And it's not like he can get mad at me. He stole it from a fucking, like, I think Disney Shorts compilation thing that was going, you know, those, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, what a cartoon shits? Like, he stole that
Oh,
from
I
one
remember
of
those.
Yeah, he stole the idea from a short in one of those. So it's like, you can't get mad if someone rips off his idea, quote unquote, because he ripped it off from somebody else. And like apparently, like I said, old people being teenagers, stupid as shit. Like
Yeah.
they said, like again, that's like it's just weird. Like there's so much about it that's weird. And I will happily read through a lot of Growing Around today and just read out to you guys the stupidest shit from Growing Around because apparently this is the hill I'm dying on.
That's all right. We'll die with you.
All right, so I haven't checked the comments in a minute. Let me just blah 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 blah.
Oh, that ought to be a ride.
So wait, Carousel, your world is like real life, but with regular age milestones set back several years. I mean, it would sort of just be perfectly reversed. It would be like kids functioning as the adult, which has some basis in real life because a lot of like until basically like the 1940s and 50s, like children and teenagers didn't basically exist. You were babies, then you were children, then you were adults. So it's like, and children worked a lot for a lot of our history. So it's like, okay, like we're predicated on a world where children just never stopped working. And eventually, since they were working, they found more positions and like they started working as kids and but like I would do a lighter and softer version and obviously children culture, like the culture of being a kid and having toys and stuff would be incorporated. But yeah, kids function as adults, adults function as teenagers, old people function as children.
I miss child labour.
That's a quote for the stream. Put that in the description. I miss child labor. Depth 2K19.
Oh yeah, that won't hold me for years to come.
Def, no, we're gonna get the radical right furries.
Hey Miranda, I'd like
Furries?
not the Sorry. Hey Miranda, I'd like to shoot a couple of ideas for that cooler talk. First idea is the usual stork. Another is like some scientific thing where they create a baby. What do you think? Yeah, totally. I was thinking like, we have like the super unicorns and rainbows version. Someone has the basic idea of the stork. Like you plant the seed in the mom's tummy, and then butterflies make it grow into a garden, like the way honey believes the babies come from in
And
Honeycrisp
Daddy
Tales.
kissed Mommy, and the angel came down, and he planted the thing in the cabbage patch, and it gave her a baby. Cool. Our parents are having kids too. They had sex.
I miss child labor death 2019. Thanks, Deathly. So yeah, definitely, I am absolutely going to. Um, the construction has stopped right now, so I'm probably going to start recording my lines and then come back in a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then by the time I come back, Death will probably be home and shit. So that'll be.
Alrighty.
I am here.
Oh, you're home?
Well, I
Well,
just
then you're gonna have to wait for me. Okay, then you'll keep Sam company while I record my lines for the in a minute.
Well, to be honest, I'm actually about to have a bath, so
Go ahead.
I'll be
That's
off.
fine.
Damn, Sam is gonna be alone, I guess.
I'm
Fuck
sorry.
Sam rights. No, it's okay. While I'm doing that, I'll send a couple of growing around pictures that I see.
All right, I'll be about 20 minutes.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, I'll probably be a little bit, but not too long. I think I don't have to record that much. I just have to make sure I get a good couple takes. But I'll do that in a minute because I have to dry these dishes. So for now, I'm just letting you know. When I leave, I'll be back. So yeah, fucking growing around. I would love the Dazzlings world where growing around is just like
We are
Dazzlings world, but
we are immortal
growing-
8-year-olds.
they're immortal, but they still have to bow to the children. It's like,
Yeah.
God, I hate this fucking universe.
All right, can we take over? Adagio, can we take over yet? We need to rule this world as dictators.
It's like, no, clearly, like, our children are ruling. It's fine. It's fine. No, you see, it's totally fine that our children do all this shit.
Well, at least it's a world where the kids are too stupid to do witch burnings.
Yeah, that's another question. Have historical stuff does function? Like, I listened to this one NLP audio drama a couple years back, and instead of World War II, it was World Party 2, where like everyone's competing to throw the best party.
Wow.
So it's like, no, but in the MLP world, that actually kind of makes sense, you know?
Little bit, yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Alrighty.
Okay, see you in a little bit, Deb.
Goodbye.
Yeah, so like it was World Party 2, and they kept making references to like the Party of Normandy and shit like that. It's like I did the good pin of the tail around the donkey, my friend. It's like, no, it was I who brought the punch, who won that battle. It's like shit like that. So did we actually have like World War II, World Party 2, or whatever, or is it like more like do you have your own kid events? And if you did have the original world events, like was it because adults were ruling and then kids took over, or like I'm interested in the history he's built up for this world, but I don't think he's thought about it that far.
Oh yeah.
Because
no.
his answer to fucking like babies, like what happens with the babies is, well, they already rule in the real world. That's not how that works.
No, it's not.
Not even remotely how that works. Like they can't talk, they can't walk, they shit.
The reason you wait on a baby hand and foot is not because they are the kings and you are the slaves, is because if you don't, they will die.
Yeah, I would love to see like a parent like try fuck a day off. That child would die. Like we're like Stewie said in Family Guy, we're one. Independence means we die. Like that's how that would work. Independence means those children die.
Yes.
Like you rely on adults for a reason. For fuck's sake, Sally in this universe is 7. Like a couple of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, she could barely barely like say actual sentences, and you're supposed to expect me to believe she's ready to be a mayor?
I totally believe that all of these kids are the ones doing the back-breaking manual labor of, raising farms and collecting vegetables and building skyscrapers and fucking, all these things that require hefty adult muscles or endurance, and things that are like, if we actually did have the kids doing them, they would be taken away and the people making them do it were arrested.
Yeah, you see, that's my thing. If I was to make growing around, I probably would still like have adults functioning in some form or another in society with jobs. Because A, it's kind of selfish to expect them to fucking retire at the age of 16. But second, like also just because there are jobs that they could move on to that would help better society.
Yeah.
And plus there's like but like it would be mostly whimsical, like the world, like it would be built on the ideas of children with possibly the work of adults. Like,
The entire problem with Mr. Enter's concept is that he's trying to treat it like it's a real world scenario that could happen instead of a fucking cartoon world where these things don't matter.
yeah, like that's my thing. Like, yeah, there's a certain unrealism to it, but that's like it still feels like I'm supposed to take this at like real world face value. Like this is a real world that could happen if kids and adults switched, which that's just not the fucking case. And I'm
Yeah.
not overanalyzing because I'm joyless. I'm overanalyzing because it's stupid. Like
Yeah.
y'all know my body of work. I completely don't fucking mind Jill. Like I have a comic going on right now for far too long where kids are just running around in interdimensional daycare and like they just have their own fucking president, like they have their own presidential tea party and shit like that. I
Exactly.
do not mind. So like, but you're forcing me to think about all this stuff, which means your story isn't entertaining enough.
And like I even when we're taking the daycare and using it semi seriously, it's like we still make it fun and whimsical for what it is. Like the whole point is that it's a daycare for kids who get lost in the dimensional highway until they can be returned safely. Like it's a
To their
simple and fun
parents.
concept. Yes.
They're not just like, and also there's robots and shit. They're clearly functioning in the adult part. Like Nanny Pod is specifically there so that these young fucking kids don't kill each other.
Yes.
Like
We're
there's
not we're
there's an
not
oversight there.
we didn't turn the daycare into Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, like I'm not like, and someone even commented or just mad because be like some serious Lord of the Flies type shit. No,
Yeah.
that's the whole point. Like we're not expecting children to fend for themselves, but adults are there for a fucking reason. And like it's weird. Like this world is just weird.
It's why I
It's
have
weird.
Nova grow up to be one of the guardians of the daycare to ensure that the kids are growing up, the kids that are there are safe, and they get the food and the rest they need, and they get the supervision so that they're not just
Yeah,
destroying
there's
each other.
adult supervision there. The reason Flurry is president is more because she was the first kid there, so she's in charge of the kids, but there's someone clearly in charge of her. It's just that kids don't think about that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like they already know Nanny's basically in charge of everything important because they know that Flurry's not going to be in charge of that. But Flurry gets to pick the snacks and shit like that, and she gets to decide what parties they have and stuff. All things that a kid can reasonably be asked to do.
Yes.
Like Nanny takes care of the details, Flurry has the ideas, and she has shit like that. But like kids just building infrastructure, like again, you're forcing me to think about it because it's like, how do these kids do anything? They're children. They're like they clearly still act and have the mentality of children, which is why all of their music is boy bands. All of their movies are circuses or ponies or like Transformers. They don't like they run at a very basic level because they're kids.
It's like
And
the
that's the
movie.
reason I'm thinking about this because it's
Yeah.
like I know I can do better.
all of our media isn't specifically just tailored to adults for a reason. It's because it's like once we grew up, we understood that we needed more complicated media to represent the lives that we were growing up and living through, and like
Oh yeah, they
if
definitely have adult movies, but only adults. Like you're
yeah,
not like it's like they're treated like kids movies.
and that's
So
that's
it's
not that's why you can't just reverse the roles. That's not how it works.
yeah, it's like
It's like
where would kids even get the mentality want to grow? If I was an adult in this world, I want to stay fucking immature and stupid as long as possible.
like fucking the kids are the ones who are responsible and have to do all the heavy burdens and political stuff and like make sure that everything's running for everyone else. So it's just like, why wouldn't they want entertainment that reflects their own lives? And then they would wait to watch the dumb rot your brain ponies and giant robots that smack each other for when they get to be the children that enjoy that.
Yeah, like I think when I would do this, the kids would have their own sort of like whimsicalness to them, but like adults would have a lot more freedom to do things.
Let's also not even start to glance in the direction of the fact that the adults are bigger and stronger than the little kids, and they can't fight the adults to any capacity. If the
No,
adults
they
wanted the
really can't.
revolution, they would win.
They would instantly win. Like there would be no contest.
No contest.
Like, like the reason the adults don't fight back is because they're so fucking beaten down. That's
Exactly.
why.
Like, like there's a reason it's not okay to fight kids at any age. Like, you're an adult. Your muscles are fully developed. They can barely lift like 20 pounds.
Oh boy, Childhood's End. That's that's one of these titles. Like,
Yeah, are the fucking kids the MMA fighters? Do they play football and soccer and all the sports that are watched by the others? Do the
you
kids
see,
have
this is
do the kids have Fight Club?
okay. Yeah, like like I'm reading like Childhood's End, which is the script I was telling you about, where they're in like a thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like they wake up in a house that's not their own, where like presumably a normal fucking house. And it's like, you see, this is when kids are in charge. We're in a strange house. We don't know what's going on. Gumdrops is coming when I'm calling, and you want to be calm about this. This is exactly why. This is why exactly why adults should be in charge.
Exactly.
Like you're gonna just freak out. Like just
You know what's not good for, political and emotional stability of your worlds? Freaking out at the drop of a hat because you don't have the emotional security to handle change.
so
Like,
yeah.
kids will kick and scream at the drop of a hat. You put real responsibility in front of them, they're not gonna handle it. Like, when kids play president, they think it's just like answering a phone and telling someone what to do, and then that's the end of their day.
Whenever like I hate Sally in this world. Like she's just like Autumn's just like the mom is just like maybe it's supposed to play along, which is a reasonable fucking idea considering y'all don't know what's going on. And she's just like, when everyone finds their marbles, you are grounded for the rest of your life
Wow.
because kids can do that. It's like all the adults are visibly nervous because they're from the real world. Kids rule.
It just
Get through this
raises far
crazy.
too many questions.
It's like so Sally's at the staircase wearing a tutu, a denim jacket, a hula hoop, thick snow pants, and winter boots. Like, and it's just like, Sally, these jokes aren't funny. The bus is gonna be here. You've got to grow up. Grow up. I'm 7. It's like I refuse to act childishly. What's wrong with acting like a child? You are a child. It's like, apparently y'all are the grown-ups in this world. Well, not this world, but in your real world. And it's just like,
You know why we don't let you walk outside the house wearing something like that? Because the other people are gonna mock and ridicule you, and then you're gonna come in running and crying that they were mean to you. So rather than having you go through the emotional trauma, we get it out of the way first.
it's like, no, it's not bring your mother to work day, is it? No, Sally, it's not. As far as I can tell, adults rule the world here. Every one of these stories seems to point in that direction. But but how does this even work? Kids do everything. Run the schools. How are the towns run? How is a grown up gonna know what snatch 'em on Pokemon would get more kids to vote for them? Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So apparently stocks are up this week. What does that even mean? I don't know. I suppose we should put on our own uniforms now. If the kids are going to school, then we have to go to work.
Don't put in a fucking stupid line like that if you're not gonna fucking. Fucking Christ. Like, yes, the kids would fucking know what stocks are if they're the ones ruling the world. They're the ones in charge of the economy!
Well, apparently the adults said this, but why would the adults say this? They were kids. They know this. Like, you would know this. If
Did they grow stupid?
yeah, like we just woke up in a strange like, oh, is the car still here? But Robert, neither one of us has used a car in over a decade. What? Oh, apparently the mom wished for this. It's just like she like looks guilty and is like like this. It's gonna be a week. You're gonna get to know what it's like to be in charge. You're the adult, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, oh, but ugh. Wait, a grown up is driving us to school, and you're getting on? Have you all gone insane?
You know, even in Kids Next Door, when all the kids hated the adult rules, they still followed them. They still went to school. They still got on the school bus. They still did all the things that the adults needed them to do. They did their Kids Next Door activities after school. That's when they went to the clubhouse. It's like someone watched Kid Next Door and they didn't get the point.
Oh boy, they've got a point about fucking not acknowledging abuse. Like, I've got to get out of here. The bus driver's like, what did I say? Sit down. Sally's like, that girl threw a punch at me. Are you gonna do anything? The bus driver's like, if I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Oh my fucking god.
That's not how that works.
Yes, that bus driver's gonna get fucking canned the moment people realize he's letting this fucking happen. And you know, fucking when bus drivers let this thing get on without reporting it, that basically destroys their entire lives when it gets found out. Because that shit follows you for the rest of your life with whatever job you get after that. Anytime you fuck up around kids, it's serious.
Oh, they're also talking about like fucking.
And this is why cameras are on school buses.
Yeah. Also, it's like they're filling out forms to make novelty teacups. It seems like that seems like a lot of unnecessary work to make something so simple. Wouldn't it be simpler if we just made the teacups ourselves? Considering the factory's on the other side of the globe, I don't think so. But if you want to save up for a plane ticket to earn a wage below living standards, that's your prerogative. Let me get this straight. You're working here and you're not getting paid for it? I'm getting paid in experience. That doesn't sound logical. Seems logical to me. Every job nowadays has experience. It's gotta grow up, I guess. Now I gotta get to their coffee. Kids wouldn't pull that kind of stuff. At the very least, they wouldn't accept it. Paid and experience. Reminds me of the time I was paid in invisible magical unicorns.
You know, I could
Look,
actually see a kid being paid in magical invisible unicorns and loving it.
Yeah. Also, like, here's my thing. Yeah, internships kind of suck in the real world, but like,
Generally, the point of an internship is to get yourself associated with that employer so that they will then hire you. It's not your
and
fault that
internships should pay.
they should,
Like, yes, they
yes.
should.
And the vast majority of internships do actually end up hiring you. It's just there are some fuckers out there who take a free advantage of it.
Yeah. Also, just this whole thing, just I'm just like, oof.
Mega oof.
Silly, dear. Society couldn't function properly if it was run by kids. This fantasy of yours is just silly.
I mean, they're not
Wow.
wrong.
Yeah. And when I woke up, I didn't know where I was or where my pony had gone to. The school counselor was like, "That's nice, dear. Have you considered which college you're going to?" Look, no adult reasonably asks a child at the age of 7.
No, that's a high school junior senior question, not an
That's even
elementary
a middle
schooler.
school question, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. Like, have you started
earliest
putting thought into
earliest is middle
8th
school.
grade? Yeah. Oh boy, this is a 3-part episode.
It's like, yes, he is missing the entire point of the whimsy of a kid run society and trying to make it too real and like this is the way society actually should be, when it's like no. And every word of dialogue you paint out just shows why you're fucking stupid and don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, look at this fucking childhood's end, like, fucking title card. It looks so depressing. I'm like, yeah, being a kid is kind of depressing, but, like, sometimes when it comes to this stuff, but this is, like, 7 year, like, the kids in this are 7. Before the age of 10, the world is pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Like, all you have to do is go to, like, that's not what school looks like for 7-year-olds. It's not.
Nope. Because 7 years old is what? You're just maybe barely first, second grade?
You're, like, in 3rd grade at the, like,
Yeah,
like,
at
and
the
that's
oldest.
young, yeah, at the oldest, and that's like if you're like born right at the cusp. So like you're in 2nd grade. When I was in 2nd grade, the most they had us do was learn some pluses and minuses, and then we got to do art projects and shit. And we still had snack time, so.
And like, yeah, sure, maybe you still are getting grades, but they're not gonna like
They're
start.
not Fs.
They're not Fs, and
They're
if you
star
are
stickers, asshole.
and if you are getting grades low enough that you're getting Fs, they're gonna pull you aside and try and see if what's going wrong and if you need remedial help and get you the help you need to improve your grades.
I love this one comment on the fucking childhood's end like thing. Like, oh no, our heroes have to face the horrors of being responsible.
I know. When they're supposed to be the responsible ones in this world that you've created.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, the world looks like it has like whimsy, quote unquote, but like really it's not whimsy that you're going. Like, this is not whimsical. It's just kind of to the extreme. Oh boy, here's a novel like he changed it, but it's like it follows the new continuity, but it's like apparently it's outside of the. I don't know. Like, what's he saying? Like, oh, it's like it's a novel, and like, oh, here it is. It's a real episode, and the kids have to act like the adults, and the adults have to act like it's reversed from the concept. So the kids actually do have to act like like the adults have to act like kids, but like kids, and the
So it's normal. The adults are being the responsible adults, and the kids are being the hyperactive, annoying kids. I mean, I know you can find anything on YouTube, but Jesus.
am I back?
You're back.
Sorry, my mom called, so I had to like get her off the phone.
You're fine.
So what was I saying? Yeah. So like, here's the synopsis that I'm like. It's another typical morning at the Dunn household. Sally does her duty, waking her family up for the day with her one kid band. Of course, Autumn is annoyed as usual and thinks that Sally should start seeing things from the adult perspective. They challenge each other to a dare duel where Sally dares Autumn to act like a kid and Sally has to act like an adult. Max, the often rational one, reminded them that dare duels were serious business, while Robert thought the whole idea seemed fun and exciting. So they get sucked into the vortex of crazy. Max got dared to say yes to everything, and he'd actually have to do it. While Robert had to say no to everything. Already, he knew that he wouldn't be having a fun day at school. So the adult is acting like a kid again, which she should know how to do because, Sally has to act like an adult, but adults don't run anything. They kind of just go to school and don't really have to do look at this this looks like what the actual story should be, but you know what I mean, like it's like the kids functioning as adult. Like I don't.
Yeah, this is that like when you show me that cover, it looks exactly like all the others of like this is the world that he's built of just yeah, the kids are being the adults and the adults are being kids. Like how is this any different from usual?
Yeah, like I'm confused. Like if the adults are acting like kids, like you see Autumn right there is dressed like a kid, where normally she's like, you know, the most adult one in the room, which doesn't really mean anything in this universe. Like, she's the one that wants to be an adult. Then why is she acting like why does she normally act like an adult then?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't she be acting more like a kid or something? I'm struggling with this a lot. And the world, the actual art that other people are obviously doing, because he like he A can't draw for shit and B can't like conceptualize things for shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's all good art. Like it could belong to a good thing, but what we have is what we have. Like here's the title card with Linda in it, and she just looks so upset. Like the adults always look fucking miserable. She's in a nice ass gown, and everyone's trying to get her dirty, and it's like a fucking war zone.
Jesus.
I feel so bad because like that dress is so pretty. It's gonna get all dirty now.
Yep. There's everything wrong about everything being presented here.
Yep, there is nothing about this that makes any sense to me as a person. Bless you.
Thank you.
Also, it's also oh boy, Sally's wondering if this world self did her homework, and like the homework is written on top of the page if it's a math worksheet, but all the problems she says are wrong, and it's like she knows they're wrong because she does the shopping. Can this world Sally not do math? These problems are so easy, but like she gets in trouble for doing her homework in class, which is how she does, like which is what she would get in trouble for. Bless you, if that was sneeze. And like she gets a zero and she's upset, but it's like
Yeah. Picture of Syndrome here going, you dense motherfucker.
oh god, so Sally, this is a surprisingly improved worksheet, but the teacher's like, but what's this? Sally does art on the back. It's her art. It's my art. The class laughs. Sally wells up with tears. Class, don't laugh at her because she thinks she's an artist. Sally's like, the back was blank. Nothing was on it. I thought you shouldn't focus so much on fantasy or these imaginary horses. Janet tears the paper up. Did not follow instructions. Zero. Why are you
What the
being so
fuck?
mean to me? I didn't do anything to you. My job is to prepare you for the real world, not this one you've got in your head, and I take that job very seriously. Now, if you talk back to me again, you're getting a detention, Miss Dunn. And what am I supposed to do? Just sit back while you talk at me? Yes, and that's a detention for you, Miss Dune.
This guy did not have a good schooling.
Clearly not. Clearly.
And
She has
like
to write, I will
as a,
not be a distraction during class on
and
the
like
board.
as a kid I understand to a certain extent the not enjoying adults saying don't talk back to me. Like that was the most frustrating thing in the world of just like then what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because it's just like I'm trying to explain my point, but you're not letting me. And then, but like, this is not the way to express that in a medium because you're
Yeah,
just clearly showing that it's just like, oh yeah, no, there was no point to any of it. It's just, yeah, school is bad, so don't do it.
yeah. Also, it's like anyone watching this would watch this hypothetical cartoon, like because he wants to get it made eventually. It's like, but okay, you're just basically telling kids that this is the world they live in, and like the only way to get out of it is just to like, oh well, they got to be in a new world. Because I this is a simulation, so presumably they wouldn't have to actually fix anything about the world. So that's just the world in this. Also, it's like, how many times do I have to do this? Like, write, I will not be a disruption. You're an expert in math. Subtract the number you've written from 100. Once you're done, you can go out to recess with the others. Like, you don't have to do this. If I don't, then I'll have more students like you. Well, what's wrong with me? Well, are you going to answer me? It's like, excuse me, you do not talk to adults that way. It's the way you've been talking to me. I've been treating you with the respect that you deserve. I expect you to do the same. Sally's like, okay, and then starts kicking over the trash barrels, the desks, the rulers, swings the ruler at like the globe so hard that the ruler breaks, the globe gets lodged across the room. She opens April's desk and begins tearing up her textbooks. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Also,
Like you're
like,
you're he's seriously this close to a decent concept with that storyline. Just this close. Like everything else has been like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Whereas that, like, take out the whole fucking kids are the adults concept. Just make that a normal adult and kids relationship. Maybe like even trouble at school, and just have a better point about it, and you would have a decent storyline for kids to emphasize with.
Oh boy. Oh, this. First of all, a gross wad of meatloaf is placed on her tray, and Sally's disgusted. What kind of meat is it? And the lunch lady's like, it wouldn't be fun if I told you now, would I? How can you get your pudding if you don't eat your meat, young lass?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's disgusting meat. Like, the school lunch is pretty disgusting, but it's not like that disgusting. You can eat it.
And
It's
it's
just that
gotten better since like our parents
oh
were
yeah.
kids.
Yeah. Also, the reason it's disgusting to us is because it doesn't really have any spices, but that's because there's a lot of dietary restrictions. There's a reason for all of this stuff.
Not
It
only
sucks,
dietary
but it's
restrictions, but children have much more sensitive palates than adults.
exactly. So it's gonna be gross to like by the time we're in high school, it's of course it's gross to us. But that's why when you're in high school, they give you options like eating outside or buying pizza or some shit. Like
It's why all like Lunchables and whatnot seem bland and tasteless to us as adults, but were delicious as kids because they were designed specifically to be eaten by children.
yeah. So it's like the girls reasonably tell Sally because Sally's like, let's plan a rebellion. So they tell the fucking guidance counselor shit or whatever, and it's like, Sally, I'm your friend here. Considering what passes for friends around here, it's like he's like, why do you keep acting this way, Miss Dunn? Because you keep calling me Miss Dunn. My name is Sally. It's what I want to be called. Please keep your voice down. This is a safe place. Like Sally's like, what do you want from me? And it's like, I want you to care about your future. Well, what about my present? Trust me, the future's worth caring about. I was a child once, and it's not all it's cracked up to be. Because you grew up in a world that treats kids like productive citizens of the future. I want to be a productive citizen of now. You can't treat me like this. I have rights. It's like, ah,
Again, remove the fucking kids are adults concepts, and you can make this into something actually, as a good moral for kids. What? That's the weirdest thing about all of this is like, who the fuck is the audience for this? It feels like he's writing it for other adults, but other adults aren't the ones who need the things he's writing about. And they're not relatable to any capacity to other adults. It's like he's trying to write a kids cartoon for adults, but forgetting why adults enjoy kids cartoons.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently the Girl Scouts in this world are like the fucking cops in their world or
Of
some shit.
fucking
I don't.
course.
That tracks. But
Yeah.
by the way, what did your daughter call you? Robbie, my name. Back in my day, kids had some respect. Called their parents mom and dad. Didn't throw temper tantrums in school either.
Yes, they did. I don't care what area you're in. Kids throw fucking temper tantrums at school because
Mm-hmm.
kids throw temper tantrums.
So like the waitress is condescending to the kid, like, so what do you two be having? I'll be having the burger medium rare. And what'll the girl have? I'm right here. Oh, did you want to order like a big girl? It's like, I'll have the mac and cheese. Oh, you are so precious. I could just eat you up. This is what I'm talking about, Sally. I know this can be hard, but you've got to pull through. I just want the world to make sense. Sir, can you please try and keep your daughter quiet? Other patrons are trying to enjoy their meal. Considering she's shouting, that's like a reasonable thing to say.
Yeah.
Why does she act like I'm not even here? I wish I could tell you. Sorry, sir, your Endercard doesn't have enough funds for both ice creams. I see, just give my daughter hers and cancel mine. Like, Robbie, what's wrong? It's not important. Like, like the waitress plops the ice cream fiercely onto the table. I take it I'm getting a tip. Maybe you should treat your customers like they're people. Listen, little lady, you've got to learn to respect your elders. Wow, this dude has so many issues.
Seriously.
Your mother left me a text. Hey, Robbie, gonna be working late tonight, and I need to get into my new office. Mr. Anderson was nice enough to provide me with a company car, so you don't need to worry. She's gonna be working late tonight. She must be having all the fun in the world. You know, adults don't actually like maybe just because I'm an adult now. Well, granted, I'm more advanced high school than actual adult, but you know what I mean? Like, adults don't fuck.
Most adults do not enjoy their jobs.
No, you enjoy your job when you have like a career that you like. You're not going down to the office to write fucking forms like these two apparently do.
Yeah. Yeah. Most adults have a job that lets them do the things they want to do in life because everyone needs to be a productive member of society to a certain extent. Like you don't go to work because you want to work. You go to work because it gives you
Because
the
you need the
money
money.
to have a house, the food you want, the games, the movies, the books, to be able to relax and then, have a family to continue the species. That's what the money is for, and you need a job for all of that. Ain't no one working behind the cash register of a McDonald's thinking, boy, this is the best job in the world. I wish I was doing this all the time. This is fun. You do it because it's a service that needs doing, and someone is willing to pay you for it, and then you take that paycheck and you go do something else that's fun. That is how society works. And yes, it is entirely possible to have jobs that you actually do enjoy doing. Like art's a good job that if you enjoy what you're doing, you can really enjoy it. But there are some days where, like, even if you're doing that, you just don't want to art because you've done so much of it, you want to do something else. But it's your job, so you keep doing it. Rip Miranda.
Am I back?
You're back.
Cool beans. I'm just reading this. It's like, oh boy, it's like here's his thing. Like, now about that overtime, I'd rather spend time making sure my kids are all right. I hear it's a dangerous world out there. Split yourself. I think those bills are really gonna stack up. Autumn got a job. Well, you know how it is in this day and age. Both parents need to work a full-time job in order to break even. So that's what this is about. Divide and conquer, Mr. Dunn. You can't beat me. Not here. Oof. Oh boy.
Don't you love it when you can see all of a person's issues in their art?
Yeah. Like these are so many issues.
It's like that post of just like, uh, I know someone's top 3 fetishes based on their art style. It's like, what are this person's top 3 issues based on their artwork?
So yeah, just they keep making her wear a dunce cap, which is not a thing people are allowed to do, and
Yeah.
also she has to have soap in her mouth
Did she curse?
in class. No, apparently she just like stuck her tongue out at the teacher or something.
Wow, yeah, no, that's not. The only time
I
adults
realize
put
this
soap
is
in kids' mouths is when they curse, and it's just like, you have a filthy mouse. Now we're going to clean it out as punishment.
which I don't like, but it's like that's not a thing that teachers are allowed to do to your kids.
Exactly.
I
Teachers are not
realize
allowed to
this
do
is
that.
like I realize this is like a dystopian like simulation made by a villain, but like
It's clearly meant to represent the real world, and the real world isn't like this. So,
yeah, it's like she's trying her best to be good, and she has the she has her doll Carmichael, which Janet, like the teacher, tries to pull away from her. and just takes away from her, which again, you're not allowed to keep. Teachers are
Yep.
not allowed to keep your things. That's a lawsuit.
Yep. Like, we could probably just spend all day pointing out every single thing wrong with everything he's doing.
Yeah, this is my life now. Like apparently, I just discovered growing around the other day, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Hi guys.
Who the
Welcome back.
Hey, I didn't actually leave like I meant to.
Oh my
Also,
god.
because I kept talking about growing around. We're reading the dystopia episode.
You need to stop.
Like they fucking like try to break her.
Oh,
Also, apparently, the girl Anna, who is part of the simulation, so should be part of the simulation, like helps her rebel by giving her her stuffed doll back. And I'm like, but this is a simulation. All the people, all the non-player characters are controlled by the villain. Why are you helping?
sorry, simulation.
Yeah, there's this villain who wants to prove that adults would be better in charge of the world than kids, so he puts the main family in a simulation for a bit because the mom wanted to see what the world would be like, and so now they're all going through it, and it's like our world but way fucking worse.
I think I missed a part of this conversation.
Yeah, it's very bad. You can just rewind the stream if you want to hear all my tirade.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go stay over here and keep drawing Victory Bell.
Mood. Also, you're drawing Vicky nice, baby. Love my girl. Amazon reviews for growing around are not good. Oh, feel free to just like throw that link up in the description, and like throw that link up in the fucking comments. So I can read that shit because I don't feel like googling right now. I've already googled so much.
Oh, for some reason my chat wasn't updating. Shit, I missed a lot. Sorry, guys. I wasn't ignoring you guys on purpose.
That's
It's
weird.
just I get very into talking about things.
You know, I just the last thing that had been stuck on my screen on my thing was the oh high depth from a bridge. So everything after that I missed. So sorry I didn't say hello to everyone who joined the chat recently. It literally was not updating for me. That's the first time that's happened.
It's weird.
Again, if these kids are from the simulation, then like why are they trying to help Sally?
Right.
I'm so confused. Oh, look at my girl. Although this like that's her 30s outfit, but we're like 30s to early 40s outfit. So this is
I have it.
pre-war.
I have it set to 1940s.
No, I'm just saying like
Yeah.
because like this is like late 30s, like early 40s, like teen to young adult type outfit.
Yeah.
So this is probably when that takes place. Because I hadn't seen the thing, so I was like trying to guess, and then I was like, oh.
Well, it's just her saying, "Ask and you shall receive, darling," and that's it. That's the entire thing. That's the entire panel.
Good. Well, I did ask for more because I love her so much.
Yeah, and then so yeah, I'm just probably just gonna answer maybe one or two more asks if I can fit it, and then probably next week I'll go into the updates I wanted to do. I needed to get the rest off. Unpleasant characters and world full of holes, not to mention unfortunate implications. Yeah, that sounds like everything Miranda's been telling me.
Yeah. So, just looking at these fucking reviews, 3 stars. Oh boy. 32% 1 star, 32% 5 star.
Bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm allergic to his stupid ideas.
So I'm allergic to bullshit.
I'm just like, oof, that's so stupid. Oh my god. Uh, like, oof, it's a very stupid. And I know y'all know this because I said it. I'm just like, I don't think I've said enough how dumb and stupid I find this entire universe of things.
Yeah.
Like, for fuck's sake, like this dystopian world that the mom chose because the mom was so fucking miserable, and it's like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. It's like,
You
no
should.
shit, she did that. She was fucking miserable.
I have no idea what's going on.
The mom Autumn is the most sympathetic character in this fucking universe, but she's like the parent that needs to learn how to like loosen up and loosen up and be more at one with her kids, which is like, but why though? Tell me why I shouldn't feel so fucking sorry for Autumn. She's the one that has to go through all this bullshit that Sally's putting her through. Sally is not the hero that you think she is. Enter.
Yep.
Okay.
I've been talking a lot about Growing Around that you missed because you left and you were coming home that one. So yeah, I sent Sam some images from it. Mr. Enter is not a good artist, but like all the people that he's gotten to do artwork for him are good artists, but he himself is like not good at it at all. So it's like you could tell the difference between stuff that he's drawn and stuff that like fucking childhood to end Sally looks so sad. Like I'm like, that's like the real world can be crushing, but she's 7. That's not how that works. Enter. Like, look at Mr. Enter's bad
Did
art.
no one stop this guy and go, this is kind of, what you're writing is kind of questionable. Maybe you should rethink it a little?
Yeah, I'm just like, how does one just be like this? Like, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Hello, Igor Murmur.
Hi, don't mind me. It's dunking on Mr. Enter hours.
I have no idea what's going on.
We keep telling you, but you don't listen.
I do listen, I just have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it's a terrible book series that's probably for children, but isn't for children.
Also, he wants to make it into a cartoon.
Oh dear.
And it's like, oof. He ran an Indiegogo that did terribly.
Good.
For good reasons. But like, people are like, but Butch Hartman got enough money for his stupid one, but Enter's was way better. And I'm like, maybe
No.
Enter did run a good Indiegogo campaign, but that doesn't stop him from having a bad idea. Plus, unfortunately, that's how it is. Butch Hartman made a bunch of shit from our childhood that we really liked. Just because he's an asshole doesn't mean that we don't.
He at the very least has precedence and legacy behind him, whereas you don't.
Yeah, you really don't. And why? I don't get why anyone would actually want to read growing. I mean, I do because I want to take his ideas and make them better because there's a good concept in here. I feel kind of like probably he must have when he saw that cartoon from Oh Yeah or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good idea in here somewhere and I want to utilize it, but and in order to do that, I have to read the source material. But I don't understand how anyone could actually want to watch and like this, much less contribute good artwork to it. Because like I said, those artists are really good.
Yeah.
And
I'm so confused. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I look at this and I think this looks like a really bad Fairly Odd Parents fanfic.
It probably
Yeah,
is.
right? Meanwhile, here's like one of the artists that he got to like do a title card for him that he didn't do,
Oh dear.
and it's like what? No, it's good. It's
Oh,
really
okay.
good. Look at that. It's like a really good cover.
Oh, that is really good. Huh. Wish I thought of that.
Yeah, like apparently the synopsis for this episode is that she stayed up too late watching TV, and now all she can see is TV shows. But she has a mayor debate to go to like at 3 o'clock. So that's what that is. Oh, gotta get the door from my mom. I'll be right back.
So how are you, Sam?
I'm alright.
Good. Settled back in since the trip?
A little bit. Had 2 days of basically sleep entirely, but nothing but sleep. And then yesterday I watched the letter from the producer live for Final Fantasy 14, and today I'm trying to get back into the swing of arting.
Ooh, that must hurt.
Yeah. I'm just I'm all exhausted and tired, and my body is like, but I don't want to art. I'm like, well, too bad. It's your job. Art,
Art,
art, art, art, art.
art, art, art,
Arf, 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 arf.
art.
Bork.
Bork,
Work, you
bork.
mongrel.
so yeah, I'm totally gonna steal that idea for something somewhere down the line. I have way too many things going right now because my mind is so ADHD, but I am going to steal it eventually.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm really just like fascinated. Really, like I have to admit, there's a good idea in there somewhere, which makes it worse.
Yeah, it's called Kids Next Door.
Well, yeah, but Kids Next Door is different than this because that's kids fighting against adults, but kids are still like this is like opposite of that, where adults,
Fight against the
so
kids. Revolution.
Revolution, the adult kids civil war.
It was a
Also, is
slaughter.
it? It was one in an hour. And the adults realized, oh yeah, we can reach all the cookie jars, and they can't. We have leverage.
We would have felt bad for the kids if they weren't such tyrannical dictators.
Yeah, those kids are awful to their adult parents.
Children are evil.
Parents. Yeah, but they're not that evil. They wouldn't do that to their parents. Or they would, and it would work out because the adults would realize, oh yeah, I can lock that kid in a fucking in the fucking in the fucking washing machine, and for an hour, and then they'll be and then they'll beg for us to stop, you know.
Yeah.
The logical reason.
Well, it's just like when your kids are like putting you through games that torture you, making you go to school for no reason. Like adults make you go to school because school teaches you things that you need to learn. Maybe not always all of what you need to learn because they still haven't taught us how to fucking balance a checkbook. But it teaches you math and speaking words and making arguments. When you're in college, you can choose your own classes and shit. But they just go to school for apparently no fucking reason because they already had their careers and are essentially retired.
Yeah, you're too old for this job now, so we're gonna have to let you go. Why am I being bossed around by a 6-year-old?
Gross.
Like the 6-year-old's like, you're starting to get on in years. I mean, you're turning like 16, and you're almost an adult. So maybe you should just start focusing on yourself.
Darth.
So,
Barf.
yeah. So did you hear the one about the EQG not getting renewed?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sad.
I'm very sad.
I am very sad.
I hope that another company I hope another company picks up production, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
No.
I imagine that if they're going to, they're going to try and do a new brand for G5 as opposed to continuing the G4 one.
Oh, they're totally going to ruin what made it so good. I'm gonna miss my sunny
Like
ship.
EQG really is like a really good like fucking thing going. So I'm gonna miss it if they don't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's had duds recently, but not enough to like make me think that wow, this show's really lost its fluster. Not like say Friendship is Magic. I mean, that lost my attention like yoinks ago. But
Exactly.
Question Girl still had some stuff going for it. It's just like it feels like it's too early, but I guess we kind of saw this coming.
Like
Oh, and
when
that's the
when
Christmas version of her outfit. I'm glad because that's a really nice color on her.
yeah, and like when Equestria Girls was really starting to pick up steam, and it was just like, yes, this could be its own thing, is when they're cutting it short because they're like, well, we did all the movies and that's it. It's like it had so much untapped potential. It could have been its own franchise if you just let it.
Yeah, I
It's,
mean,
it's it never broke out from the shadow of MLP, even though it was far superior to it in every way.
which is ironic, all things considered.
Yeah.
Uh, it,
Yeah,
it, it's sad because
AQG mostly got better.
it's like you could consider that the movies were building up to something. Like you had like the first one that set it up. You had Rainbow Rocks, which showed Sunset becoming the new protagonist, as well as the introduction of Sideswipe. You had Friendship Games, which I guess established a sort of like cross between Equestria Girls World and Equestria, with magic suddenly spawning everywhere. And then as the shorts went on, then we had Legend of Everfree with the geodes, and it's like, okay, magic is pouring more and more into the human world, and it's becoming more and more.
They're
Like,
clearly building up to something, but
yeah, that has the potential for so many things you could approach, so many different things that could happen in this world that is not used to magic. We've already explored as much as possible, and we've pretty much gone into like their kind of phoning it in territory in Friendship is
yeah.
Magic. But with this world, where magic is completely unpredictable, you can do so many things. Uh,
Yeah, it's
but
our world, but there's magic in it basically.
yeah, but now they're like thinking, well, because Friendship is Magic is ending, I guess Equestria Girls won't have anything going for it. It's like, no, you could run this for at least 3 more seasons.
Yeah, honestly, especially because it's shorts. Like for the most part,
Exactly.
they do one movie and a bunch of shorts. Like that's I don't even think they get up to like 13 episodes worth of content like for the normal show.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like it's less than like it's less than that. Like it's maybe like 3 or 4 episodes worth of content of like a regular show because it's a 60 like at like probably like a 60-minute movie like of comprised of like 5-10 minute shorts, and then like the shorts like are 2 minutes each, and there's like maybe 20. So
Maybe,
it's
yeah.
like 2 episodes worth of like production.
it just, oh, I'm going to be so bitter about this for so long.
Yeah, EQG really like is getting robbed.
Yeah,
And I know it's like I know Jamie was like it makes more sense that EQG staying on, but honestly I don't think it does. Because
the,
it's webisodes and they barely got off the ground with them.
yeah, and the sad part is, yeah, it's had a number of duds, which also had so much potential. Like, imagine, like they did something with Mirror Magic that could have been so much more.
And the thing is that even the duds of EQG have been better than most of the duds of MLP.
Oh yeah, at
There's just,
least
like
they're not.
there's so much bar of quality within EQG that the show doesn't even match anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at least CQG isn't supporting fucking assisted
assisted
suicide.
suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great message.
Um, uh, God, thanks. I hate it.
I hate it too. I mean, season nine's been pretty okay so
It
far.
has. Like, I feel like they want to end on a high note.
I did like the villain episode. That was pretty funny. You can see like they're becoming friends, but they don't want to. It's like a cancer. but you know they're going to be friends at the end because it does that.
Friendship is magic.
Oh god, I'm dreading the kind of ugly bug horse that Chrysalis is going to become. I'm sorry, I'm still not used to those goddamn designs.
Yeah, I'll never be. That was like easily one of the worst decisions the show ever made.
Ugh.
And I will never forgive them for it.
You're like, Grace, you could do so much more with that.
Bless you.
That's you.
Thank you. I'm already missing EQG and it's not over yet.
Yeah, we got one more big special and that's it. And however many shorts we get, because they never tell us how many we got coming.
Yeah, I wish they were fucking clear with us about this shit. I'm really gonna miss EQG.
Me too.
Pour one out. Press F to pay respects. Well, it seems to be possibly like if they go to Boulder Media, and they might because EQG definitely probably pulls in like a decent amount of ad revenue, and like also just like they can market more stuff to Netflix because I'm like they eventually put the specials on like the big specials on Netflix and shit, and like they can get like they can make new designs for tiny toys, and there is a lot to be said about how G4 has like pretty much dominated the brand
Yeah.
because of how G5 is going to continue on with the same main six. So they could probably still make a little bit of mileage off of that.
Possibly. I mean, I guess we'll see when it comes because I'm not going to make any predictions.
I will give G5 a chance. One chance.
I'll give them like a good I'll give them a good half season chance.
If they do their own version of EQG, I will give that more than one chance. But the show itself, since I've lost so much interest
I don't know
at
if
this
they're gonna
point,
do EQG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, really.
It really is. Although I could see them trying if they need a boost for G5. But I don't know. But at least they do have the rights to they do have the rights to Equestrian Girls, so it's like I'm sure somewhere down the line when it eventually ends, whether it be now or in a couple of years' time, they have the the brand rights to do a reboot of EQG eventually if they want
Yeah.
to.
I always assumed that EQG was mostly to compete with like Monster High and Barbie and whatnot.
And honestly, like toy wise, I don't think they are because they never put that much effort into their fucking toys. But
Yeah.
like show wise, oh bitch, they win.
Yeah. No, show wise, they definitely win.
Like they win not only just on quality, but on. I don't see people caring as much about Monster High or Ever After High. So like,
It's such a beautiful thing to think about.
if they had just put more effort into the toy line, they would win.
It's just, God, do you remember back when they first announced the Equestrian Girls and people were just like up in arms, like, no, this is a betrayal. The humans now basically becoming another high school musical thing. And the irony is, it evolved into something much better than the show it was based on.
Yeah. Oh, did Swift Tone and Glittering Graffiti know about each other? Oh, baby. Oh, you're gonna suffer.
You know, I hope, but I doubt that Sunset Shimmer will come back in G5 But do you know who I believe will?
Who?
Starlight Glimmer.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh
Hopefully not
dear.
the way. Like, I'll give her a chance.
I'll give
Obviously,
her a
because it's a different
chance. Yeah,
generation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because
The
God
problem is,
knows, I am constantly comparing Gen 5 to basically Transformers, where there are some completely terrible, awful Transformers in previous shows that when they bring them back, they do much better things with them, and that like those versions often become the definitive versions of said characters. I believe
Hmm.
Starscream is a big one of those where he you either love him or hate him depending on the iteration. And I know like a lot of people find like the animated version of him the best version of him. So it's like if they can do something similar with Starlight Glimmer, I'll be okay with whatever they do with her as long as they improve upon her character and she is someone different.
Yeah.
my worry is that they'll try to stick too much to G4, but to make G4, but a little different. Like just scratching off enough of the serial numbers.
Yeah.
That's my big worry because that's here's the thing with MLP's history. Like, yeah, there kind of was like a set of like main characters that they would use. Not all the time, but they would certainly cycle through. I'm shocked we didn't get more. I'm shocked we didn't get Minty because Minty was just a generation previous. Like, they have a lot of characters, so they can cycle through and recycle whoever they want. But this is the first time we've gotten a lateral transition of cast to cast. Like we had G1's like rotating revolving door. We had G2, and by the way, I am calling it G2 because fuck yourselves, it's Generation 2 of the show. It's G2 had a set 7, none of whom came back for G3, but they still have the rights to those characters, but none of them came back for G3. That was Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Scootaloo, Cheerilee, like Sweetie Belle, Star Song, and Tularula. All of them except for Star Song came back in G4, but not as the main cast. They were put in varying degrees of the cast.
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. And now this is the first time that the cast proper has stayed completely the same.
Yes.
Like they're changing species a little bit, but this is the first time a cast has pretty much laterally changed, like not changed at all. They're just going like with the same 6. And that's what worries me as a fan of like all of MLP. It's like I don't want these characters to be like the definitive we can only use these characters sort of thing. Like that's never what the thing was supposed to be. The whole joke or the whole like appeal of the thing is that there's so many different ponies, so many different personalities. I don't want us to get stuck on a set 6 with the same personalities. And I feel like because G4 was so successful, they're going to be afraid to like do a lot with the personalities and characters because it's like, well, this is not what people came here for because these are what people want to see.
Mm.
Like Applejack now and Applejack in G1 are two completely different characters, but now I feel like Applejack is going to stay that version of Applejack.
Probably.
Background ponies. But
BRB real quick.
Okay.
okay.
And Rainbow Dash was the fashion pony before, but now they changed her into the tomboy, and I'm afraid now that she's going to stay the tomboy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like the whole point is that you could have that freedom of experimentation. You could make them different characters. But now I fear that we have gotten so pigeonholed into G4. Like that's just a definitive version of My Little Pony for everybody. That now, subsequently going forward, every succeeding generation is going to keep borrowing so much from LLP4 so they can try to repeat that kind of success. And that's just not what I want from my horse.
Are they? Are they? They probably are, but are they going to change the voice actresses?
Yeah, they're changing the voice. Imagine for a fucking decade is just like done doing MLP stuff. They might have stuck
Sorry,
around for EQG.
Miranda, sorry, could you say that again? Your audio cut out.
Oh, I was saying like they probably will in fact change the voice actresses. I imagine the only thing that was going to get them to stick around as their original roles would be EQG. And
Hmm.
they might get cast into different versions of the characters or different like roles in the show because at the end of the day they're voice actors and a lot
Yeah.
of people from G4 were in G3, but I can't imagine they'll stay their original voices because that's a lot of commitment to be main characters of a show.
Yeah, I can imagine people like Tara Strong are probably like really sick and
Oh,
tired of
Tara
this.
Strong's so fucking sick as MLP. She's done.
Yeah.
I can't see her sticking around for the next generation.
I mean, I'm all for giving another group of voice actresses a chance. I'm pretty intrigued to see where that goes.
Yeah, and like it's necessary, but the fandom's gonna be such a bitch about it. I imagine.
Well, it's the MLP fandom. It's kind of expected at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sleepy boy.
Yeah, you're valid.
You're valid.
You know what's not valid?
Who?
Growing around.
I mean, I'll take your word for it, but yes.
Well, you've seen the art. I showed you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just yeah.
I feel ya. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm so angry that an idea like that is being taken for granted.
Ow!
What?
What?
Oh shit!
Hi, Eve.
What the fuck did I walk in on?
We
Good
walked
question.
in on me insulting Mr. Enter.
I have no idea who that is, so I'll take your word for it.
I am so glad that so many people don't know who that is. I used to, but then like I found his growing around work, and I'm outraged at the wasted potential.
Like,
And also, he's just kind of a shit person in general.
I've heard of his name. I have no idea who he is though.
He's
You
like
know-
an internet reviewer, dude.
I didn't know at first who you were talking about, but then you just said Mr. Enter, and suddenly it dawned on me. Oh God! Now I definitely know who you're talking about.
You know him?
Yeah, I used to watch his reviews, but I kind of got bored of them a while ago.
Yeah. I kind of watched his reviews, but it was more like on a sort of whenever I'd see them around kind of dealio.
Yeah.
And then I saw one of his like really bad ones where he like literally said like what was it? Oh, like that people accused of rape are like worse off than people who get raped.
Oh
Kind of thing.
God! Anybody who says
Really?
that deserves to be intimately introduced to the concrete.
Wow. That's just really.
Yeah, other shit like that, and also that because he's Ace and Arrow, he has an objective view of gender, which I read his fucking growing around script, and that's not true.
Oh God! Suddenly it all makes sense now that I know who
Ace and
who you're talking-
Arrow. That doesn't mean you have any idea about gender.
Oh.
Yeah, he has
I'm
an
back.
objective view of. Yeah, I was just explaining to your GF about Mr. Enter and his bullshit.
Oh yeah. Hey babe.
Hello. I'm eating peanut butter M&M.
Yum.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got in right just in time for me to still be talking about this like an hour and a half later.
She won't stop. We can't make her stop.
I mean, to be fair,
Look,
this is all
it's
very
really
bullshit.
bad.
Yeah. It's really,
Yeah,
really
You
bad.
noticed. You won't shut up about it.
Well, yeah, because I want to steal his idea and make it better.
Then do so.
And I am. I have to do research, which means I have to read more of his bullshit scripts.
Which means we have to hear about it.
That means you're
yeah,
putting.
because you're my friends and you love me.
Yeah, because you're putting in
know-
more effort than he is.
Hey, you know me. I love me a good cup of tea.
The tea is that he
This-
sucks at writing. He tried to do a fucking Indiegogo and it was bad.
Despite the fact that I fucking hate tea.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
Ugh, you sick.
Clink, clink, bitch. But yeah, I'm just like, ugh. I've had to read so many of it. Like, Sam, just from the bullshit I've shown you, is this not one of just the worst, like, shit?
Oh yeah, easily. It's just like it's just one of those things where like you better not be selling this to kids because these are awful morals for kids.
He wants this to be for kids. He wants it to be a fun cartoon in, like, the heyday of, like,
I just
all
wish-
those cartoons. And
Yeah, he's
I'm
doing
just
it
like,
all wrong.
all fucking wrong. It's like, for fuck's sake, like, stop pushing your, like, weird fucking. He's a dude who has so many issues that, like, from his, like, upbringing that he's, like, pushing onto people. like his view of school.
Yeah.
This
Like
Here, have some cute hedgehog OC art to make you feel better.
I like.
thank you.
Hedgehog.
You're a real one.
Oh, she's cute. I like her.
For some reason, all my love for old fandoms came with a vengeance, and I was like, I have to draw Arena.
Aw.
I love her. She's amazing.
My Sonic art tends to be restricted to porn nowadays.
Mood.
I mean, mood. I wouldn't like. I won't deny that was one of my first thoughts for Arena.
Immediately.
Immediately.
It's good to know you can predict that kind of thing.
And
Dolly
here,
Nato.
have her brother. If it would fucking load.
Discord's been being weird today.
Hedgehog energy.
It's quick if you just open original.
Aww.
Oh, isn't that cute? Right, time to destroy it.
Mood.
Porn.
The internet is for porn.
Okay, hold on. I need to
Internet
read
is
you.
for porn.
I need to read you my favorite.
Porn.
I need to read you my favorite part of Arena's bio that I wrote her. Fuck off! No! Oh, my back!
Arena's bio dates back to when I played Sonic Forces. She joined the Resistance to defeat Eggman.
No, God, where's...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I
No, it's
didn't
right
say
here.
straight
It's
face.
right here. It's right here in like your main stuff, like status, where you put like married or single or whatever, and it says status single, a bunch of question marks. Your only lover is feeling sorry for yourself. Strawberry swirl ice cream.
What?
Aww. That's great.
That's amazing.
I like.
That's probably the best Sonic OC bio I've ever heard.
Like I made her like 2 or 3 years ago. Like here, I'll put. It's gonna be in the art chat anyway, but this is right off her bio.
I love it.
Yeah, she is an entomologist, so she's a scientist who studies insects.
Just like
thank
Jamie.
God. I was just about to guess that, but I was worried I'd just sound stupid.
Yeah. And so this is also in her bio, in her miscellaneous section.
I'm pretty sure we all have at one point.
She's just like, alright, I mean, I'll eat it.
Yum.
Mood.
Because I was just like, I want to make a hedgehog OC, because I've had two echidna OCs for a long ass time since middle school. And fucking I was looking at all the like common Sonic OCs, especially the
I wanna
hedgehog
make a
ones,
Sonic
and I was
OC.
like, and then a part of me was just like, ooh, I regret, much regret looking into those OCs.
Yeah.
Man, I really.
I used to write Sonic fanfics. They were terrible.
I still have some of mine lying around.
I've never done anything Sonic related, but I want to now.
Yeah, like my old OCs from middle school where, okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest. My best friend Nico and he moved to Texas right after 8th grade, so right before high school. We maintained our entire friendship through high school through, like, RPing these fucking OCs every day of our lives. Like, I had thousands of fucking text messages from him.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because we're just like...
Oh, serious mood.
I do actually have Sonic OCs. I can't believe I fucking forgot about them. Hold on.
Yeah, you were on the forums at Middle Ground. You must have had them.
And I won't lie, I have old, like, Sonic screen edits that I did shittily in fucking Psy, because, you know, I was not...
You were one of those. Oh my god, that's amazing.
I never posted it, but it was just to put context through our RPs. Like, this is art I did of my 2 characters that I RP'd with. Nova and his wife Luna, who are echidnas. And that was art I did, like, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago of them. This was art fucking... I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be bad.
Oh, these are
This
great.
was art of them back from our RPs.
Oh
Just,
my
oh, you think that's
Oh.
bad? You think that's bad? I made a hedgehog character. She was an old ass hedgehog character. Her name was Nightmare, and me and my friend Nico shipped her with his OC Midnight, and this is art of them.
Oh!
That's right.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, mind you, fucking cringy freshman in high school. Like,
I'm not saying it's not justified, but it is unfortunate.
I will help you get through this by showing you some of the most cringy Sonic shit I still
But
have.
here's the thing: I wouldn't trade it for anything because it's like our friendship just like was sealed. Like this is a blood pact because of this shit.
I too also
You
used to
can't
do
get rid of me
RP
because I
art.
have blackmail.
Yeah, it's like look at fucking Midnight and his fucking mismatched icon.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm still trying to react to Sam's. What the hell?
Sam, what is this?
I don't fully remember the context for this image, but I imagine it took place during when Arya was being because that was her name, Arya. Yes, I know. The irony there.
Wow. Wow.
my Sonic
Oh,
OC
God.
Arya.
God, and these were some
You
other
should
of my
really
OCs
remake this,
as
but with
well.
the actual Arya. Like, don't even redraw the image. Just put Arya's face over Arya.
And like these were other fucking Sonic OCs of mine from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Maria Cortez and Cirrus Neapolitan.
I love him.
And it's
Yeah.
funny because Cirrus's name means cherry in French, so her name is Cherry Neapolitan.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, this is around the time when Arya was freed from mind control. Oh no, brainwashing. Not mind control. She was like kidnapped and brainwashed for several years, and this was like after her being freed from her brainwasher's captivity. And then, but because she like, also she was like a fallen angel from heaven as well. Because like the RP had far too many demons, and I was like, "There's too many demons. I need angels in here." Because like Mimi was a demon, so like this was her sister Kasai,
Oh my goodness.
and then eventually this was her daughter Lillian.
Jesus Christ.
Control the sun!
Yeah,
We've all been like, God, we've all been in that fucking cringy point in our lives,
Yeah, I
haven't
mean-
we?
I was one of those who used one of those bloody Sonic OC character generators way before I knew how to draw. And oh my fucking Christ, this had to be like the first thing.
Oh, wait.
You see,
need
I
to
was
see
cringy in my own way.
You need to see Midnight's ultimate form. We called it Purifier.
Oh
You're-
God, I'm excited.
Here, come on, Loki. Loki.
Here he is! He's so
What
edge!
the flying? Oh,
That's deeply. I love you. That's deeply hideous.
that is magic. I love it.
you want to see? I have some.
The evolution of Eve's art.
Here's some
Oh.
deeply edgy art of my own from the RP as well.
This is a magical moment.
Is that green fucking Knuckles? That's just green
That's
Knuckles.
Brad.
Did she just
Brad!
Cuckoo?
No, it's a branding iron.
Oh,
It looks
Yeah.
more like a dick. It's like he's just shoving a dildo
It-
into her fucking
It's supposed to be a branding iron because the guy the all white guy
Okay,
there
hold up,
was the one who
what's with-
brainwashed her.
What's with no nipple fucking like Kiss rock band Edward Elric down there in the bottom left corner?
That was one of that was the villain who basically brainwashed her. I don't remember much about him other than he didn't feel pain, and all the pain he felt was turned into
And
pleasure.
then there's just Satan. There's just Satan.
Why?
Yeah, just literally saying. Yeah, those. The only character here that was mine, it was Arya. All the other characters were my friends, and this was part of the RP.
Suddenly, this makes sense now.
I was
I
all-
mean,
To bestow you with my OCs, creatively named Darkness.
Darkness.
I mean, one of my friends was literally named Shade, so
Fucking fantastic.
Oh, those were dark times. Ha! Pun.
I mean, fuck, my character Nova was just fucking orange knuckles with the fucking crescent moon facing the other direction and claws. It's fucking orange
behold
knuckles.
the fan service episode.
I was cringing
What
in a different
the
way.
fuck? What the fuck is she wearing?
What the
Her
Titanic?
nipples are about to escape!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, my friends have weird tastes.
Is
What
she
the
so much... Your friends? I'm looking at your character fucking
Oh.
with her itty... She's part of the itty
With
bitty
her
titty committee. Yet her entire bathing suit looks like it's gonna pop off her despite being in the itty bitty titty committee.
You can't blame this on your friends.
Sure, I can.
Can't, what
You
is that?
drew it!
What is it doing in her crotch? I'm like, what is that actually doing? 'Cause
It looks like a hand is cupping her.
Don't
It
don't
really
ask
does.
me. I didn't
It
know how to
really
draw
fucking
back
does.
then.
It's like a hand just like, don't mind me.
Like,
you
this
mean
is-
you see? I have
fucking-
bad art too, but I'm almost glad I didn't get into Sonic. I was like, because at least this is bad human character study. It's not bad like Sonic OC.
I don't. Okay,
Those are bad
the
humans.
splash of water between the red one and the pink and brown one doesn't look like water. It looks like she just yeeted a shard of glass at her. Like, fuck you, bitch.
I never claimed to be a good artist back then.
Is that Total Drama Island art?
Oh, I haven't even shown you my Total Drama Island art. This is OCs.
What? Who the fuck is buff like shoulder Satan back then?
An old friend named Scorn. We don't really talk much these days anymore, though.
What the?
And look, Orange Sonic.
Yes, that's kind.
And Black Sonic.
Standing next to Shade.
And then a bitch with just like triple Z tits.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn.
Like I said.
I mean, it's not as bad as like some art I did of my ferret character Chamo. Fucking stiff as fuck.
Oh boy, speaking of Total Drama art. Oh god, I'm cringing at my own terrible art.
That's okay.
Y'all,
We're cringing at our
I
own.
know, just like
Keeps you humble, doesn't it?
it really
Yeah.
do. It actually like boosts the ego a little too, because it's like look how much better we all are now.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Because
Look at all my
fucking
terrible ass art.
when
I don't know why that
were
wasn't
these
even a
drawings?
gift. It doesn't move.
Fucking
Oh god. Oh.
Look at her
shit.
legs.
2009. Yeah.
Oh no, you guys ready? You guys ready for the ultimate of fucking Eve cringe?
Bring
You
it on.
fucking-
Bring it on.
fucking middle school.
Well, okay then.
MS Paint. MS fucking Paint shit, man.
You know
Oh
what?
man.
Here's a
Think that-
2009 self-portrait.
That is going in my reaction images folder. I'll be saving this for later use.
Fucking MS Paint, middle school Katie.
That will go. In my
Also, how did I not know I was like how did I not know by though when I was shipped like I was so in denial when I was making shit like that.
Yeah.
So no.
How did they not snap?
Here,
I know, right? Total
very-
Drama style looks weirdly cohesive.
the very
despite
first
being
time
so
I drew
fucking-
Rose.
God, Total Drama Island is just in itself a bad art style. I love the show, but God,
Well, you see, it's a bad art style, but it also has a lot of diverse body types, and it's at least
it
eight.
do. It do?
Like, I can say this, it's not homogenized, so I like it in that way. 'Cause it
Here,
gives you a lot of experiment with shapes, but it looks fucking garbage.
oh, I drew this in the 7th grade. Oh. I remember it because me and Nico were like, quick! Let's make our own fucking elemental themed dog things. My personal favorite of ours was Mulch. Here she come. Fucking Mulch.
Nice.
Oh, but if y'all want real cringe, hold on, let me go to my fucking
Keep
while
a
ago on my
bitch
actual computer.
humble.
Oh god, I drew this for my brother years and years back, and god, it sucks. I hate it.
Oh wait, no, Debs, if you remember, back then in the middle grounds, my icon for the longest time was a fucking zero recolor. I was
Oh,
There were so many of them, I can't remember one.
I was just gray zero.
old base art.
Man, I genuinely can't remember that.
Old base art.
Oh, speaking of old shit that I'm cringing at, fucking I made pony sonas, not of like Glee characters, but of representations of the ships from Glee. So I definitely want to kill myself for looking at this.
Hot damn. You want to know what's some bullshit? My digital art back then was fucking awful, but my traditional art wasn't as awful back then.
Same.
Yeah.
Like, looking
Like,
back at my
that
traditional
was-
art was fine.
Oh
This is
my
the
god,
pre-tablet days.
this was art from my freshman year of high school. Fucking 13, 11. That was like, that's 8 years ago, man. That's
And
before.
then, like, I was actually doing better art on MS Paint a couple of years later, and I was only using a mouse, so you could tell I was really relying on the line tools to teach me how to do art.
Yeah.
Because this was like what, like just like a couple years later, MS Paint.
I know, right?
Yeah, you just like the line tool on MS Paint
Oh,
is your best fucking friend.
you did art for Possible?
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
Like,
Whatever.
yeah, no, like,
Point is, like, it's a good title card. Let me
here's
look
some
at it.
here's some
It's a
traditional
good card.
here's some traditional art from the same time period. Like, this looks way fucking better than those pictures I was posting.
I know, right? Like, God, look
You
at
see, that's the thing. It's like our traditional art is basically what we do on our tablets now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like,
albeit
look
with just
at-
a couple years of practice.
Oh yeah.
look at this shit. Terrible.
Terrible,
I mean, it's
awful,
still-
no good, very bad artwork
Still
from us.
fucking awful, but not as awful.
I can't believe you're giving him a 70s porn stash.
I mean, I always
Rip.
have.
No, I know, it's just like, it feels particularly porn stash.
Did I post this? Wait, I gotta check.
Please tell me this motherfucker did a secret, like, fucking, like, 12 millimeter fucking...
He probably
Porno.
did. It's probably
No.
hidden somewhere in the world.
By the way, guys,
somewhere
I
in
drew,
Italy. There's just a copy of Smooth Tone on a very like on a very like low quality porno. It's been uploaded to the internet since then, but it's assumed that it's probably just a different person that looks a lot like Smooth Tone. But no, it's Smooth Tone.
By the way, I drew a
Smooth
babe who is a baby.
Yes.
Cute.
Yes.
Later, Lightning.
Later, Lightning.
Aww.
Babies, children.
Baby
I'm
insects.
stealing the grub. The grub and the kid are mine now. They belong to me.
Well, you should see what they look like as adults before, yeah.
Well, fine.
This is the male and female version of the adult of the grub.
Well then, fuck they fine. I'll still steal.
The kit. The chick.
That reminds me, I need to book my tickets for Godzilla King of the Monsters.
And then the parasite.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Also, aw, babies. Also, the black bar of decency.
Nobody needs to see his cloaca.
The black bar.
Just the black bar of shame.
It's not even a black bar, it's a semi-translucent blue bar. You can see through it.
Just like if just zooms in close.
Yes,
Science.
It appears that under here is
there's a
sexy.
cloaca. It appears that under here there's a cloaca.
A cloaca.
With both a vagina and a penis.
Weirdo.
Me gusta.
You pervert.
I'm actually not. I'm pretty sure I'm ace. But I do like perving on the monster bays for the laughs.
I
Fuck
mean,
that.
Ibe, whose species is both genders, they're hermaphrodites, so it's like...
Fuck they fine.
Yeah, literally, you can only describe their species as an it or a they.
Fuck it fine.
They look at you like, what the fuck's a gender?
Me too. Me too, buddy. Why the like that brings me back to growing around. Why the fuck is there a whole day dedicated to peace among the genders where it's girls and boys day, where boys dress up as girls and girls dress up as boys? That's a very heteronormative way of looking at things. It's like boys have to wear dresses and like cook and clean and do a beauty pageant, and girls have to get to wear overalls, and they can't like girls are afraid to cut their hair because if my hair is short like a boy, then it's not going to grow back after Girls and Boys Day. I'll just tuck it under my hat, and it's like I think he was trying to do trans themes in one of them because one of the girls was like, I always work as a mechanic. I want to do something different than just pretend to be a boy. So she enters the boys' beauty pageant dressed up like a girl and wins. But then it's like, she's not a boy. She shouldn't be dressed up in this dress today.
That's so...
And then it's just like, it's like they're wearing dresses of pearls. And the antagonist, Tallulah, she's the mayor. And he's always running-
Tallulah?
Tallulah.
Yeah, Tallulah.
Yeah,
I think of Big Mouth when I hear that name.
valid. And Tallulah like wears a girly dress and is like, the girls always win Girls and Boys Day. I'm just trying to think of the boys who haven't won yet. Like, you know, trying to incite gender drama.
Jesus.
And it's like, why does it have to be so complicated? I don't know, Mr. Enter. Why are you making it so stereotypical? Like, why does there need to be a day where, like...
The show that I'm making, where Ibe, who in the species that I just posted is in, has a gay character who wears a dress to his own wedding.
Valid.
And that's Ibe, whose boyfriend Itani, who's technically Azuyu's mom because Itani gave birth to her and has the scar to prove it. And he looks fabulous in a wedding dress.
Like, I don't understand why that shit has to be for boys versus girls. It's like, you know, like, can we not just like sometimes you know, not even like a trans and non-binary thing. Sometimes boys just want to wear fucking skirts. Let
Yeah.
them.
It was,
Yeah, like,
And it's like
Ibe-
girls don't always wear dresses in this universe. Sally doesn't. So why is it suddenly now the boys have to wear dresses? Like,
it's like they even had a word for it. It's like, you know, it's generally considered a transvestite thing.
or cross-dressing, or just
Yeah.
or going against the gender binary.
Yeah, it doesn't have to inherently involve transgenderism.
Yeah, like, okay. My character Itani, he's not trans, but he does like to cross-dress. Same with fucking Beastmaster when he dresses up as Lady Harmalade.
Yeah.
Like, he's not trans, but he'll still fuck you up in a dress and heels. Because he is a queen. I mean, people can't really bitch about Ibepu species. The entire species wears a skirt.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck pants are, and they ain't about that life. You try and put pants on Ibepu, he'll kick you in the face. look you dead in the eyes as he does it too. Just bah! You know, Mr. Enter sounds like he's fucking up on every level, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he I'm pretty sure like one time he was like, "Why do we need representation for like disabled characters? Because it's like, shouldn't we just treat that like, shouldn't it just be normal? Like, or some shit like that. I don't know. I
That's not
can't
how it
remember
works.
because I stopped watching him very quickly on, and I forgot he even existed for a while. So like I didn't know who he was until someone brought him up, and it's like, oh, that guy. I watched a couple of his MLP reviews back in the day, but it's like I didn't really know who he was, and then I like started watching his reviews out of horror, and then I had to stop because I'm like, you're kind of an asshole. He was
It's
like,
not.
he's
It's
the
not.
reason a bunch of SpongeBob creators got harassed because
Uh,
it's like he kept telling their like he kept saying that they didn't deserve to work and like they should burn their houses down or some shit like that. And he's like, what creator would be? Oh, he was recently apparently someone told him that Lily hates him, and it's just like that's the best thing I've accomplished all year. And I'm like,
Jesus.
same, but also like, why would you admit that? And it's just
Oh
like,
my god, you guys. I
what?
found my old freshman year French homework. We had to make like an ad for like a grocery store, and of course my cringy self got the Inuyasha recolor in there too. Oh, keep my bitch ass humble.
So
Yeah,
much.
gotta keep yourself humble.
I feel the milk one's too perfect though.
Apparently, being hated by Lily is his greatest achievement.
that's really sad.
That's
Lame.
deeply sad.
That's so very, very sad.
It's like you have
That is
nothing
so.
better you've done with your life.
Yeah, I'm like that's actually really sad.
Pathetic. Hold on, I got the perfect image. Hold on, I'm gonna put this in the correct chat room though, just the regular chat. The perfect image to describe how I feel towards that comment. Give me a sec.
Got style.
It's
Got
not a dress. It's a kilt.
you in the face.
Here we go. And just write in big bold letters under it, pathetic. As well as this. This is also accurate.
Classic.
Although here's something to boost your morals if you're ever feeling down. My friend Nant made it.
Seriously, the person.
Yeah, describes you perfectly.
Damn gremlins.
Cause I was talking about how Envy was my favorite character, like of all time. And how, cause he just radiates chaotic gremlin energy, and fucking Nant was like, but Envy's a giant monster. He's too big to be a gremlin, so I was like, it's not the size of the person, but the size of the gremlin inside. And Nant was like, okay, this is going on a post. Ooh, the Fennec community has been heating up, though.
Oh.
we've had a lot of rip-off OCs recently, and people are getting salty
Oof.
when they're getting called out by staff.
Mm-hmm.
One of them even had the nerve to make a post of the redesigned OC saying, like, how staff bullied them and whatnot, when we sent them one fucking message saying, hey, your OC looks a little bit like Luna, and Luna's creator is actually really upset by, a lot of people copying her. Do you mind changing a couple things? Just so it doesn't look like Black Luna.
Right.
And of course, this started a huge issue.
Gotta love tiny fandom drama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Make me laugh.
Pathetic. Aw. You know what's not pathetic? This picture of smooth tone and glittering graffiti.
This will probably be the last panel before I post it.
Soft.
Just because I'm feeling the tiredness, because still recovering from the journey.
It's okay. We love you.
Dad's calling. One sec. Hello.
Oh, my dog's acting up, so I'm just gonna mute until he
Woof,
quiets down.
woof.
Yes. Yeah, see?
Ah! Oh shit, no! My M&M!
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Come back.
By the way, okay, so you know how my character Nura had a master named Trapper?
Vaguely.
Who abused her and raised her to be the conniving evil bitch she is?
Right.
I finally drew him! Here's the ugly man! His head looks like a dick, now that I think about it.
So you're
Only
saying
fitting.
he's a massive dick.
Yep.
Does kind of look like a penis.
Yeah, dickhead. Cursed image. It's not as gross to look at as fucking the OC I made for for Symbol, though. Oh my god, that OC. You've seen him.
Yeah. I've seen most of your art. Not all of it. I still get surprised occasionally.
Nasty. His neck looks like raw hamburger meat.
He's a vulture.
Him ugly.
Smooth Tone's mustache is, in fact, free and wild. It does what it wants.
Do as it please.
Eventually, it'll just detach from his face and attach to his daughter.
This isn't his daughter. It's his sister.
Sister, whatever. Die! I'm fine.
You know, I could take that so out of context, but
Soon, Gigi will be the one with the stash. The stash becomes one with you.
speaking of which, where the fuck is the link? There it is. Oh fuck, you're streaming on YouTube.
Yeah. I've switched over to YouTube these days. And I always
He
post the
wants that
links.
sweet, sweet super chat mon.
Yeah. And just YouTube Mun in general.
Yes. I'm just scrolling through the chat. I like how the first thing I see is, are they see the NSFW of what? Also, wow, that's such a tiny baby.
Yeah. She adorable.
And I thought I made E-Babe, who is a baby time. Well, actually, no. That's not a fair comparison.
I mean,
Because,
don't ask me to
E-Babe
be
I
was an
love
consistent with
adult.
baby
so much.
size.
Well, E-Babe, who is an adult, is like 8.5 feet tall, but a newborn parasect is only 6 inches long.
Right.
So it's like, that thing grows pretty fast.
I mean, I had an entire series that revolved around a baby, and that kid shrunk and grew like nobody's business.
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'm terrible with that too. Fucking Nightfall. It's like, what size is he? Because he looks so big when he's by himself, and then you see him next to his parents, and it looks like Temp could fucking swallow him whole.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh, Nightfall. Will I ever draw you consistently? I don't think I will.
Oh,
Where's
honey,
the-
will I ever draw you consistently? The answer is no.
Where's the fun in being consistent?
Although I still keep looking at like the show style design for Temp and losing my shit because he looks so young. He looks so fucking young.
Yeah, everyone in the show looks
Maybe.
young.
But it's like it's really bad for Temp. Like drop like 10 years off that boy. He looks 13 years out.
In Temp, you're so fat.
Did you call him fat?
You got so
Fatty.
fat.
Why'd you call him fat? That's just rude.
So far, he's fat now.
Fun sized.
Fun size fat.
Fucking calling him fat.
Sam started it. It's fat now. It's fat.
He's
Well
not
done.
fat. He's just beefy.
You know what we call beefy fat?
Super fat.
I mean, hell, I make Sombra look thicker than Temp in his fucking stomach region.
Deliciously thick.
I mean, yeah.
Meaty thick.
Damn, fuck, he fine.
Fuck you fine. I mean,
You diva.
absolutely.
I'm a diva. I'm a diva.
Oh god, that song. You know who's the only valid person with a bit of a belly?
Who's that?
Moonstone.
Ah, precious. Yes, absolute soft.
Aw,
She's
that
so-
Spice Set art is so cute.
He's super valid.
She's so valid. The father of her child is not valid, but she is valid.
She's valid enough.
Her child is also valid. Look at him.
Precious baby. Bork.
My
Bork.
dog is working.
Bork.
And
The
Borkin.
Borkinator.
Also, I still can't get over the Ponytown update though.
What?
It was
what
pretty
a-
grand.
They increased the map. They added bushes. We still don't have fucking magic.
No!
No magic, just
It's-
bushes.
It's so big. The map is so big right now that like I honestly think we need a mini map in order to fucking navigate this thing.
I thought we needed a mini map before, honestly.
Oh, it's like hop in and just look.
I did.
You're probably I know you've seen it, but the
Yeah.
others haven't.
Now we'll
And
never
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not
I
gonna know
love
where the
food.
fuck they are because when they increased the size of the map, they increased the upper left side, which moved everyone's spawn points. So where you last were, you are not anymore. They put a cliff in there now, and I find it bullshit that Pegasus cannot fly over the edge of the cliff. I think that's bullshit. If there's anyone who deserves to fly off the edge of the cliff, it's the Pegasus.
Yes, agreed.
Pony's
Yeah, they
crying at the cliff. Why can't I jump?
Yeah, exactly. They
What?
added a river. They added a bridge. They're
My
gonna be
star-
adding. They're gonna be adding the house soon too, from what I heard.
Oh, they added some
They added,
hotkeys.
yeah, they added an ocean. They added a bridge. They added so much.
I love these hotkey expressions. We still
I
need
know.
we still need a proper gallop. That'd be nice.
Like, God. Oh my God, I just saw you. Are you the Starlight Glimmer in the beanie?
Yes, that's me.
I'm the Sombra in the purple.
Oh my god! Oh, it looks amazing! Yay!
Yeah, with the Moonstone plush on his head, yeah.
That's adorable.
I was just like, I know that Starlight when you pass me.
It's my
Yeah.
starlight, the only good starlight.
Like, everything below this point on this side of the map is still the same. It's all just, like, this side and above the map that's different.
Ah, time to explore.
They added more random fucking fences up here. Gonna have to go down and around to get up the cliff because there's no entrance on this side.
Unbelievable.
I know, it's so inconvenient for people who can't, fly over the cliff, which is nobody.
Why give us wings if we can't fly?
I know, you'd think the Pegasus could just glide down, but no. Like, God, I normally sit by, where the fence is normally right below spawn?
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting there when the update happened, so when I came back in, I spawned right here. And I was like, where the fuck am I?
There's something wrong with the house. I don't like change.
Oh,
They put this big-ass ocean over here.
this does look pretty cool though.
Oh yeah, no, it looks great. It's just one of those things where it's like, give us a mini map or like a piece of a map that we could fucking like use a hotkey to pull up because I don't know where the fuck I am anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes all the way down.
God, this goes on forever.
Oh yeah, the map is huge now, which is good because they want to implement farming and building and shit.
I was gonna say, are they going to put buildings in at this point?
Yeah, like we'll be able to build our own towns and shit. So like the maps are gonna need to be fucking huge. And then they put like in the normal area I like to sit at, they put the satanic circle of rocks. Like if you zoom out all the way, zoom out all the way. Just rock, 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 all the way in a circle. So yeah, I was sitting right fucking here when the update happened, and then I spawned all the way over on the cliff when I logged back on after the update finished, resetting the server, and it was like, oh my god. The fuck am I? It took me forever to find the spot again, because I didn't know where the fuck I was. Then, everything else is just in all the same spot.
There's too many OCs, I can't see where I am.
Oh yeah, there's a shit. I mean, more space means more people can come on the server. Oh my god, I honestly think, God, I wish there was a spot where we could, a place where we could, put in, suggestions or shit to the moderators.
Yeah.
Because, God, I had so many good ideas that came up, in terms of, what could improve the game, and I'm sitting here, and they'll never know.
Yep.
Giving unicorns the ability to open a mini map, click a spot on the mini map, and teleport there with magic.
How many times are we going to get unicorns that suddenly teleport everywhere? You just see constant flashes everywhere. People are just disappearing.
I mean, fucking Pegasus can fly. Give the unicorn something. Either make their horn glow and act like a lamp, or fucking let them teleport. I was also saying there should be a cave in the cliff face that if you enter, it's illuminated by glowing crystals and shit.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
Yeah, and new emotes like a dance emote or a hug emote or a proper kiss emote where the head moves and it's not just making a face. Kind of like how when you sneeze. Wavy hair possibly, or twinkle effects for the hair so people playing fucking Luda can have the proper star shine in it. A big one that everyone's like, yes, we need this, was the ability to make the whites of the eyes different colors, not just the same color for both. Why that's not a thing yet is beyond me.
Time, effort, money, procrastination. Take your pick.
I mean, it took them this long just to update the size of the map alone, which is not in and of itself an incredibly hard feat considering they already had a base map.
I think the thing with this update is not only did they add a size to the map, they added new assets and had to create the new impact things for the assets. The fact they had to calibrate a cliff and where you could walk on those pixels.
Right.
And then the house got leaked of what the house looked like. It looks like, a house would look like in Animal Crossing. It's just an empty wooden floored square room. And I hope we're allowed to customize our houses with furniture and shit.
I imagine you would be.
Because that'd be sweet. And we were thinking why can't there be a buck animation? You run up to the trees and buck a tree and apples would fall, so you can gather apples that way instead of them spawning on the ground randomly.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, just simple little things that would make the game that much more immersive. Oh, and weather, rain or wind or whatever, and if it's springtime, the map would blow cherry blossom leaves around, or petals. Yeah. If it's summer, it'll blow leaves around. Fall, it'll blow, dead leaves around. And winter, it'd blow snowflakes around the map. I think that'd be a nice effect.
I would, yeah.
And it'd be so simple, because it's just a GIF that would be played as an overlay over the screen like they do with, Rune Factory and shit.
Yeah.
Just simple little things. Or rain. Rain would be nice.
I mean, there's plenty of sprites of rain to use.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like they'd have to make it themselves. Quick browse on Sprite's resource, you could pop them up and just stick them on.
And give people umbrellas and shit that they could carry around.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
nice. I think it'd be really funny if they added a program, if you were holding an umbrella, there was a 1 in like thousandth chance that lightning would strike your umbrella and would fuck up your pony's hair, and you'd have to go into edit mode to fix your hair again. Like, that'd be great.
Brutal but hilarious.
That and different body types. I just want my Draconic Wiz to be a noodle, goddammit! Give me a noodle body!
Be the noodle.
Oh, and another thing we thought of was like a pet, like an NPC that could follow you around. And I was like, what if we could do a small pony for the pet and you could dress it up as like a child character so next gen people could have their baby ponies?
Oh my god, that would be amazing. I could have my little baby myself. Why
Yeah,
not?
like
I can have Fun Bun.
Yeah, like Mama Luna running around with Nightfall on her heels.
Oh. I can have my little baby drop.
Okay.
It'd be great, but it'll never happen.
Oh. Yeah.
That's why I wish they had like a place where you could like message them suggestions or shit, because it's like then they'd see these ideas and they could be like, oh, that'd be cool, or nah.
More like an experimental server. You just.
They do. You have to be a member of the Patreon to see the
Oh.
server. That's how the house got leaked.
Whoops.
Yeah, the house got leaked like 3 months ago. And
I can't believe Captain Liberal just called Starlight Glimmer trash.
I like my Samba's reaction. And
Damn, I really want a house now. And I really want a baby pony, honey, to follow me around.
I know, right?
Wouldn't it be fun?
It'd be so fucking great. That or just at least height differences for some of the models. So if people are playing like a baby pony, they can size it like a baby pony.
Exactly. I would love to have a tiny baby, honey. That's what I deserve, frankly.
Be a menace to society, being a pint-sized horse running around after people.
Yep.
That or like...
Run
that or
away!
even...
Hey, Gem
Huh?
Princess.
Ow, fuck. What would also be great is like different body types, like a Draconequus model for like long and noodly, a yak model, a biped cat model, or a biped dragon model, so people could really go crazy. Or this was a big one that I mentioned that a whole bunch of people in the server erupted when I said it wanting it, was the ability to turn off mirroring so that your design was mirrored on both sides, so that people who made discords can make all the legs different.
Yeah.
Yo, that'd be so lit.
And people are like, why don't we have that?
I'm pretty sure yaks are like the only thing in this series worse than Starlight.
Nah, nothing's worse than Starlight.
How dare you speak of Yona in such ways?
Yeah,
Aside,
Yona exists, so they're not all bad.
aside from the special snowflake that is Yona,
Sandbar X Yona forever OTP.
okay.
Me, the fuck? Okay, so I'm
Also,
going with
oh my god, did you see the images of what's coming up in the next episode?
Nope.
I'm not. Apparently, they showed Scootaloo's parents.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that episode is dead to me, and the show might as well be die alongside it. -2 out of 10. Show is dead.
You're just like fuck.
Sam is extra salty, and I love it.
I know. I saw the image and I was like, oh. The first thought was, well, Sam's shitting a bear.
Yeah, your entire blog is non-canon. I'm sorry.
I was upset
God.
when they introduced Shining Armor. Flutter Brother was the only reason I wasn't destroying the universe was because fucking it was a very good Flutter Dash episode. Scootaloo's parents might as well make me dead to the worlds.
You are dead to the world.
Yeah, I am dead to the
You're
world.
dead to me.
The show is dead to me. The show doesn't even exist anymore.
I can't believe you're so mad over Scribbler's parents.
It's because it wasn't his design for her mother. He's salty. Salty boy.
I don't like that they did the parents this last minute, but I do like their design. So
But
Also, oh my god, the vacation episode with the sisters, they gotta be following my blog, because the face they made Luna make in this image, you can't tell me that's not a face that she's made on AML before. Like, hold on, I gotta resave it, because I can't fucking find it on my machine. I checked that spot, you bitch, and it said it wasn't there. So I'll save it to the desktop.
Why is that, Gem Princess? Because you don't just randomly introduce family members 9 seasons into your show.
Especially of a child, like a character who's like, is she like an orphan? Like, where the fuck are her parents?
Where the fuck did Fluttershy get a brother
I put it-
7 seasons into the show?
okay, look, Zephyr
I mean,
Breeze.
the brother I get.
Yeah, Zephyr Breeze is an exception because, yeah, if I were Fluttershy, I wouldn't talk about him. But come on, Sam, they never actually explicitly said that Scootaloo was an orphan. They just never talked about them.
I can't believe Scootaloo is dead and she's seeing her parents in the afterlife.
I mean, I love her gay aunt.
The gay aunts are acceptable.
Oh my god, I actually
Why not show the gay aunt?
I genuinely want to watch the episode with the sisters. I genuinely want to see how.
It's
Yeah, but
surprisingly.
look at that face. Look at that face and tell me they don't follow my blog.
Yeah, fuck. I genuinely do like. I did like the episode. I mean, granted, it's weird because it's like, why do they still kind of fucking hate each other and they have nothing in common?
Because they're fucking sisters. Have you had siblings? We never say sorry unless we like blew your arm off.
Okay,
He's
here's
right.
the thing. I do have a sibling. He's dead to me, but that's not my point. The point is, nah, seriously, he dead to me. But you know, like but the point is that they want us to believe these two. Like, it's different because it's not. It would be realistic if that's what they were going for, but I feel like it's like the sisters are all like, you know, close and shit. Like, but every time it just feels like they don't even like each other.
But that's just siblings. I feel that's so accurate, especially with just how I portray
No,
them.
it's accurate to me until it's like, I just feel like people like in and out of the universe have a different idea of how the sisters work and how they actually work. And if that was intentional, then bravo, it's genius.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
I
don't trust the
probably-
writers are smart enough to know that they're like what they're doing. So it feels like they're just having them fight for no reason.
Oh, by
I
the way,
mean, I'm
That's my
biased.
problem.
I'm biased because I make them basically love-hate each other on the blog.
And I
Well,
like that relationship
late warning-
idea. I just don't think the writers are smart enough to know that that's like,
spoilers.
you know.
Yeah.
So I say late warning spoilers. Spoiler talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
What?
spoiler time.
Yeah, kind of late.
hmm?
We're sorry.
I'm pretty much gonna go ahead and probably just wrap up the stream here because like I'm exhausted and I want to get ready for dinner in a couple hours.
That's fair.
Yeah,
We worked really hard.
yeah. They're talking about the royal sisters, just Luna and Celestia, because they have an episode coming up and Eve does so much with them in her blog. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for coming to the stream.
Bye, people in the stream.
Bye.
See you next week.
But like, come on, that face.
It is really like